Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Farmers, be ready this planting season by contacting Yield Advantage for all your seed and planting equipment needs. They carry high-quality products from Precision Planting, Intelligent Ag, Copperhead Ag, Outback Wraps, Wear Parts LLC, Midwest Seed Genetics, and more. Yield Advantage can help your planter from basic service parts to liquid fertilizer setups. All of the latest technology and often significantly less than buying a new planter. Be ready to hit the field by contacting Yield Advantage, 218-517-7878, or online at yield-advantage.com.
Do you experience pain, tingling, numbness, freezing, or burning in the hands and feet? Does your balance feel off? Tired of sleepless nights? You may suffer from neuropathy. Dr. Andrea may be able to help. Neuropathy is a serious disease where nerves begin to break down, leading to balance problems and other complications. Our program addresses the causes, not just the symptoms. See if you qualify for our neuropathy program at Hornstein Family Chiropractic. Schedule a consult with Dr. Andrea at Hornstein Family Chiropractic, 701-672-1300. Hornstein Family Chiropractic, where chiropractic care is a family affair.
The folks at Tyler Farm Supply understand that farming is hard work, and that's why they only offer durable and reliable short-line farm equipment that you can depend on. Whether you're a small-scale farmer or manage a large operation, they have the tools that you need to get the job done quickly and efficiently. Plus, with their competitive pricing and financing options, Tyler Farm Supply makes it easy for you to get the equipment you need without breaking the bank. Give them a call today, 701-642-8827.
When challenging conditions arise, we don't back down. We up our game. We outpace the competition. Keep you ahead of adversity. We keep you equipped and bring you solutions that hit close to home. Channel leads the field so you can rise above. See how at channel.com/rise.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls, Breckenridge, and Hankinson. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
Turnaround, cute designs, and so many options. It's totally made for you. Comfy Vibes Co. Fast, trendy, custom, yours. Check us out at comfyvibesco.com.
For 75 years, Corner Drug has been your trusted Health Mart pharmacy in Wapaton. As the prescription specialist, we're dedicated to your health. We provide immunizations to keep you safe, along with Health Pack compliance packaging for easy medication management. Plus, our medication synchronization ensures all your prescriptions are ready when you need them. Experience personalized care and expertise at Corner Drug, where your health is our priority.
Abby Johnson with the home run just about to straightaway center field.
Well, good evening, everybody. Happy New Year. Welcome back to the Giants Coaches Show, Giant Seeds and Snacks, our Coaches Show sponsor, and also presented to you by Red River Communications and Cable Channel 28. And again, good evening and welcome to our studio here in downtown Wapaton. I am Joe Schreiner, the man that just put himself on the screen there.
Oh, you get to see that now.
I can see that you just put yourself on.
So how about that?
That's Brian Watson.
We're making improvements here.
You had yards in the background even.
I can even do that too. Hold on.
No, he's already in the background.
Oh, he's behind me. Yeah. He likes screen time.
So we have a new toy here that Jeff and I are looking at right now. We're talking about a big screen right here in front of us.
We have a studio monitor.
Yeah. Jeff wanted the
teleprompter. We're not there yet.
Yeah, we're not.
We don't make that kind of money.
We're not going to let.
We don't make any money, to be honest. We really don't. So, but we're trying. We're trying to be like like the big people.
Yeah, it's a big old 55-inch screen here.
I know. Yeah, I kind of overdid it, but hey, you know what? I don't care.
All right.
Don't care.
It was on sale.
It was on sale Black Friday. Black Friday a year ago.
Well, good evening again, everybody. I'm Joe Schreiner. He's Brian Watson, and we're joined by Jeff Ralph here. Jeff, head coach of the Wahpeton Boys basketball squad. Thanks for coming on.
You bet.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
We're there. We made it. How's your health? Everything going good with the knees and everything?
Yeah,
feeling good.
I'm aging gracefully.
Yeah, that's good.
Unfortunately, really fast, but no, we're doing good. Knees
right.
good.
Good.
Our team is good. Our energy's good. I mean, I think we're where we need to be, but we got to get a lot better before we get to March. But
it's interesting you say that, and we'll go back to that too, maybe before we're done with the interview. But I guess what I would like to do is go back to the Devil's Lake game first, and you did play some games over Christmas, and of course we weren't able to talk about it, but it was some Minnesota games, which was really good exposure and good opportunity to get away for you there and get some different competition in. But if you want to go back to the Devil's Lake game, I'd like to go back and talk about that a little bit. You went in, I believe, as a number 5 seed, and you came away with a nice victory. What was it, 13 points, I think? Somewhere like that?
13 points, yeah.
13-point win, and the boys must have went in there and played very well against that number 1 team.
You know, as Brian can attest, when you go to Devil's Lake, what's your start going to be like? And that's the big question. And I thought we had a good start. We weren't great, but I thought we started really well. They were doing some trapping stuff, which, you know, we've anticipated with everybody, but they were the first ones that just ran and did it. But once we got a handle on that, you know, we're up 6 at the end of the first quarter. We outscore them 19-10 in the second, and we were just solid in that quarter, finding the open man. Our defense was really good, and you know, that's on the road. You worry about the start, and I really thought we were good at the beginning. You know, Braden and Jack, they did their jobs. The Beast had 12, Jack had 15. But in that game, Aiden Bonches came off the bench, and he's a perfect 6 of 6 from the field. He makes 3 threes. He makes 3 2-point baskets, gets 2 boards. I mean, just a great night for Aiden, a great boost for us. We've been waiting for that third scorer on the perimeter, and you know, he comes in right away and hits a shot.
That's
for
pretty
us.
big. Yeah.
And that's big because they've been leaving some guys and doubling some things, and then, you know, now they're scrambling because they can't double Jack and Braden, and you know, that's a big step for us in getting better. Is you know, we get that third perimeter score, and you know, not only that, you know, we started Cooper Kumo. He ends the game with 8 points, had 4 boards. You know, he's 4 of 8 from the field. I thought he played really well. He started the game. We brought Jack off the bench. Jack dinged his ankle at the end of that Fergus game. You know, and then you wouldn't know it. He came back and hit a pull-up 3-pointer to win the game. But you know, he was really limited in practice on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then you know, so we brought him off the bench. We started Cooper. Cooper was really good too. So you know, just a good all-around team win with some good contributions from Aiden Bonches with 15 points, Cooper Kumo with 8, and then Rylan Flack had 5. And you know, those 3 guys are playing valuable minutes for us and are being productive, and that's really what we need. You know, the other thing I thought was odd when I looked at the stats was Al didn't score, but without Al on the floor, we're a different team. You know, we don't rebound as well. Al's just a phenomenal rebounder, and he gets on the floor. You know,
and plays pretty good defense.
He plays really good defense.
Yeah.
But I think he had 2 or 3 plays in the game where he got on the floor, and the same thing in Fergus too. I remember one play right in front of us that saved the possession. We'd kind of gotten ourselves in trouble, and the ball was rolling, and Al dove on it, jump ball, and it was our arrow, and we kept it. You know, when you're looking at a 6'5" or 6'6" kid getting on the floor, that doesn't always happen.
Right.
And Al's provided that spark for us too. You know, just one of those nights where, or one of those afternoons, I guess it was, where I thought we were just really solid defensively. Offensively, we were good. You know, and then the third quarter comes, they make a run, they outscore us 22-14, and then we just locked them down in the fourth, outscored them 10-4, and they made one basket. We went 2 of 4 from the free throw line, but you know, we controlled the last 5 minutes of the game where they really didn't get anything going at all. And you know, Devils Lake is a different team now than they were at the beginning of the year. They've had, I'll just say, some adversity going on up there. Okay. But I tell you what, the kids that are playing in these games now are playing their tails off, and you know, a credit to them. Would be easy maybe to say, well, we're not that good anymore, and Dustin's got them kids playing good, and I think by the end of the year it might make them even better.
Wow. But it's still, I mean, you had to feel good going into facing number one. I mean, you had to feel good going in there, and obviously it came out nice. How was the bus ride home? Was everybody pretty tired?
I think it only took about an hour and a half to get home. I mean, it was, you know, we haven't won in Devils Lake. You know,
I suppose.
Back in the EDC days, you know, and the last couple of years of the EDC, they were pretty stout.
Yep.
So, you know, we haven't beaten Devils Lake for a while, but to go up there and win, really a good win, and made the bus trip a lot shorter, you know, from Devils Lake, Manitoba back to Wahpeton, South Dakota. So, yeah, it was a good trip.
All right, that's good.
And I think we had a sweep. You know, JV's won, C Squad won. I can't remember the last time that happened.
I was going to say that. So. That'd be
just
a rarity.
A good Saturday afternoon in Devils Lake.
Yeah. All right, so we go to Monday night. Then you played again right away back on Monday night here against Central Cass. You took a trip up there. Tough overtime loss there, but I'm sure there were some more positive things there to a tough Central Cass team.
Well, you know, again, we have our contributions from Aiden Bonchus off the bench right away. First comes in, hits a 3, his first shot. You know, now, you know, all the things they're doing to stop Braden. I mean, they glommed onto Braden and he didn't get one hardly free look all night. The shot he hit to get 1,000 points was probably the cleanest shot he had of the 3 or 4 he took. But Aiden Bonchus, 5 points again. Let me see, was it 5? 5 points a game. You know, was just solid in the ball game. Cooper Kumo again off the bench, 12 points. I mean, there again is what, you know, that if Bonch gets 7 and he gets 12 or vice versa every night, we'll be pretty happy with their production. And Cooper came off the bench, you know, 4 or 5 from the field. Rylan Flack again, 5 big points for us, rebounded, played D. You know, he's charged with guarding their big guy when Al's out. Al's had some foul trouble and you know, has sat, and that's led to Rylan getting to play, and Rylan's been productive.
Yep.
So it's been good to see, and that's going to make our team better the more he plays.
Yep.
You know, the Beast only got 6 points on the night. They did everything they could to prevent him from doing anything, and you know, I thought we handled it well. You know, he didn't force any shots, and I thought we just tried to run our stuff with Jack at the point, which is fine. I mean, they're interchangeable, and you know, but we did have a couple points in the game. The end of the second quarter was one of them where we just didn't score, and then the end of the game, you know, I think we were up 45-36 or something, and then it ends up tied, and we're in overtime. And it's like we should have salted that thing away in regulation, and we just, you know, up in Devils Lake, we go back to that. Okay. The final 3 minutes, we ran clock, and then either scored or got fouled and went to free throw line. And at Central Cass, we ran clock and we didn't score. And you know, then they come down and hit a 3 or whatever. But
so this is one that you're gonna say, I mean, to use a cliche, it got away.
It did get away. You know, I told, I don't know if I told Brian at school, I told somebody, you know, we won that game 4 times, but we gave it away 5. So I really thought, you know, there were a couple points in the game where, okay, here we are now. Let's end this thing. And you know, credit to them. They just kept battling and battling, and you know, they get fouled on a 3 in overtime, and the kid makes 2, so we're still up 1. Then he misses. They get the offensive board, and now they go to the free throw line and make both. Instead of us being up 1 with the ball in our hands, now we're down 1 with the ball in our hands. And our last couple of possessions, we just didn't really get anything going. And again, a credit to their defense. We were kind of out of sorts a little bit, you know, with trying to rebound and get in transition. You know, when it's you know, statistically easier to score.
Yeah.
And that ended up kind of shooting us in the foot a little bit. You know, the last play of the game, Braden ends up with in his hands, and we're thinking timeout, timeout, timeout. And then, Braden's got it. Let's just let it go because he's going to score. And then he, you know, they triple teamed him, whatever, and he didn't make it.
Shut him down.
But I think maybe one we felt like got away from us, but also one that we know we got to win the game. We got to finish the game, and I didn't think we finished the half very well, the first half, and we didn't finish the second half very well either. And then the overtime, they shot 9 free throws in overtime.
Wow.
And I mean that's a lot of free throws.
Yep.
So we put them on the line, and they knocked them down. So you know, unfortunately 0-1 in the region, but a game we feel like, you know, it's going to be a heck of a game here in a month when we play them again.
When you play them again at home, yep. I see they are 2-0 in the region. Who was their other victory against, you know?
I think, they beat Valley.
They beat
Valley City pretty badly,
okay.
about by 50, I think.
So I see they're 2-0 in the region, so they're undefeated. They are ranked number 3 in the state, too, currently on the new polls. So you guys are number 4, by the way. So so you guys moved up a spot, I think. You were number 5. All right, so next, let's see, what is it? Thursday, tomorrow night.
Tomorrow
night, we got Northern Cass here at home. And,
you know, I don't know if they're a similar team, but kind of in that they're going to shoot threes. We had them for about 30 threes in a couple of games that we've scouted. They're going to put the ball in the air, and we got a guard. You know, I think they do some stuff maybe you don't see. They do some flare screen stuff where you know, you kind of end up getting caught back in the lane instead of being up on your guy. But you know, we talked about that tonight when we went through the scouting report. But you know, Coach Caveney, he said, if we guard, we're going to be fine tomorrow night. But we got to guard. If we let them shoot open threes, we let them, you know, we close out and they drive by us and shoot a layup on the baseline. I mean, we're going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
So we're going to really have to guard, and I think we will. I think, you know, even the Henning game, Henning misses 4 2-point shots in the game. They missed 12 threes. They missed 16 shots in the whole game.
Wow.
I mean, unbelievable. And we thought we played pretty good D. I mean, I don't know how that can be, but we felt like they just made shots, and I thought we played really good D last night. You know, I thought, you know, we kind of had some unfortunate things happen in the game with our defense, but I thought we played really good D. And tomorrow night, you know, that's going to have to happen. I think we can guard them in a way they haven't been guarded in their 5-6 games they played already.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. We'll have it on Three Borders tomorrow night. Three Borders Sports will have that game. B-Dub, you got any questions there for the coach before we let him go?
I did have one question about the Central Cass game with Braden trying to get 1,000 points. I watched the game. It didn't seem like he was trying to press to get to that point. Is that just kind of the way that he is, or did you do anything different to take the ball out of his hands? I thought Central Cass did a good job on him.
Central Cass, I tell you what, for all the fouls that were called on us, I thought Central Cass did a great job of guarding him without fouling. You know, they pretty much took him out of what we like to do. They wouldn't let him get it, and you know, you want to face guard the point guard. That's going to be tough to do because he's going to get the ball and then he's going to run your offense. And they did a great job with that. You know, I don't feel bad or feel like, oh man, that's a big mess up for us, because Jack can run the point and be just fine, and have Braden on the wing, and I feel like we can free him up better. But I didn't think he pressed at all, and you know, he didn't even score in the first half. You know, he got 6 in the second, but he's that kind of kid. You know, the game ends and they all went to the he went to the locker room. You know, I got down there. You know, I talked to the coach a second and shake hands and whatever. And I get down like, guys, get back out there, Braden. Get out there with your family. I mean, that 1,000 points is a bigger accomplishment than that game. And Braden said, well, I wanted to win.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what he's about.
Yeah.
Sure.
And if he scores 6 points or 34 or whatever, he wants to win. And that's the kind of kid he is. You know, honestly, I think he's probably glad it's over now.
Yeah.
You know, now we just play. But, you know, there's going to be a lot more than that coming for this kid. Fantastic kid. We're going to recognize him tomorrow before the game. You know, deservedly. I mean, when you're on the road, you know, it's odd.
It's hard. Yeah.
It just doesn't work.
No,
so
that's nice.
We talked
nice.
about it with his family, and we said when we get back, if it happened in Devils Lake or happened at Central Cass, when we come back to Wahpeton, we're going to recognize Braden before the game. And,
Oh, that's good.
And you know, my multimedia kids have done some pretty fun stuff, and it'll be a cool little 3 minutes of Braden's basketball career.
Well,
so it'll be
cool.
pretty fun tomorrow.
Yeah. That'd be before the game?
It'll be right before the starting lineups.
Okay, cool. Very cool.
Will it be on the video board, or are you going to go?
It'll be on the video board. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
He's in charge of the video board, so it's all boys basketball stuff.
Oh,
Don't worry about it. It's all boys basketball
Our
stuff.
run-out song video is about 2 minutes. There's
Yeah,
about
ours is like 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Yeah. We're going to fix that too, by the way.
We are going to fix
We
it.
got to fix that.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because I did have that on my notes here for the career milestone for Braden last night.
You know, to talk about Braden, I mean, 3 years as your point guard, I mean, that's something off my plate. Because I know, even tonight, we're in transition in practice, and he throws it to Rylan Flack just crossing half court. And Rylan handled it, but I looked at Beast, and he goes, kind of cocked his head and said, yeah, don't throw it to Flack. I go, you think? And we want Rylan to get under the hoop, make a cut, and then get it to him there. But, you know, he's a smart player, and he knows what he's supposed to do. So
That's funny.
It's been a joy to coach him, and I'm glad I still get to coach him for hopefully about 20 more games.
Yep, that'd be good. All right, Jeff, I'm going to give you a coffee from the Caribou Coffee
Sweet.
Center out at the Travel
go get
Center
one.
there. Go get one from
Appreciate it.
Emily and the crew out there. And we'll see you tomorrow night on the Three Borders
Yeah, it's
Sports
going to be
Network.
fun tomorrow.
All right, Jeff.
Fun to
Ralph.
get back home.
Yeah,
Been
it's
just
been a
road
while
warriors.
for you guys.
So it'll be fun to be home.
Jeff Ralph, head coach of the Wahpeton Boys Husky Squad. And coming up next, we got Bogey coming up, head coach of the Cowgirls Basketball Squad, to talk some Cowgirls basketball coming up right after this on Three Borders Sports Network.
Insurance is an important safety net for your family, your home, and your business. Carlson Family Insurance Agency is your local auto owner's insurance provider. At Carlson Family Insurance, they work for their clients, not the companies. Customer service and satisfaction is their /1 goal. Give Carlson Family Insurance a call for all of your personal, farm, business, and crop insurance needs. 701-672-6002 or at cfiagency.com. Carlson Family Insurance, your auto owner's insurance agent.
Every morning, we start our day with a purpose. To care for each other. Beyond hospital or clinic walls. Helping people feel seen and heard. Because family, friends, and community mean everything to us.
This is who we are, and this is what we care about.
Hey there! So we have 30 seconds to tell you why you should be a member of FCCU.
First Community Credit Union is member-owned.
But aren't all financials member-owned?
Nope, they're not.
Many have stockholders that drive decisions.
As a credit union, we put our members first.
As a matter of fact,
That means all the money that we make
cha-ching.
gets reinvested back to you, our member owners.
So come see why.
Life is better with community at First Community Credit Union.
Comdell Innovation is now hiring production technicians for a variety of shifts with opportunities to make $20 or more per hour. Work in a clean, climate-controlled facility. Second shift, 4 10-hour days, every weekend off, 3:30 p.m. to 2 a.m., and 4-crew rotation, straight days 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. or straight nights 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Apply in person or online at ComdelInnovation.com. Comdel Innovation of Wahpeton, an employee-owned company.
Every business begins with an idea. With dedication, hard work, and high-speed broadband, that idea can grow into something giant. The member organizations that form BAN are proud to support North Dakota businesses every step of the way, from the soil to the stadium. The Broadband Association of North Dakota, helping North Dakotans grow bright ideas into big business.
See, Bogey, my cue is when the music goes off, that's when I start talking.
Okay.
He doesn't do this anymore.
He doesn't do that because I think it's because he forgot to do that a lot of times.
I don't need to do that anymore. I'm in control of everything. I can see everything over here. He can see what's on the screen now.
Yeah.
So now, if he could just listen to the music,
when the music is done, then I'm
he
supposed
kind
to
of knows. And then if he could pause a little bit, be all right. Be very professional, instead of, whatever it is.
Maybe he should be running the buttons and you
No, trust me. No. Mm-mm.
I can run the buttons.
I think you can.
No.
I've done that.
That would be bad.
It would?
So, yeah. I don't understand why you guys would badmouth me when he sits down and then you guys start badmouthing me. I gave him that Vikings Cup and then you want to talk about my Steelers Cup. Steelers are in the playoffs, by the way.
We were talking about how nice of a cup it was.
Yeah, that's what we said.
Okay, it is a nice cup.
It is.
Yeah.
So,
but that one came from the Viking Stadium, so
Yeah.
I mean,
thank you.
I'm just saying I had to go get that.
He acts like you weren't grateful for that.
Right, I know. I've told him thank you.
I got
twice,
2 of them.
many times.
Yeah.
Yeah, one is at home.
Not quite 3 though.
See, this is why he doesn't coach with me anymore because he's like this. So
well, let's introduce him first.
Yeah,
before
go
we
ahead and
give
introduce
him
the
too
guy.
much head.
I guess so.
We're now joined by Tony Bogenreef, head coach of the Breckenridge Cowgirls basketball squad. Bogey, Happy New Year. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, Happy New Year. Thanks for having me.
Guess you haven't been here since last year.
I have not. It's
yeah.
been a while.
Well, we've only had one winter show already, so I guess it's not that you've missed that much.
Yeah.
You had a good excuse the last time. I think it was the girls at
Christmas concert,
program.
yeah, and my
or maybe
son.
Easton.
Yeah, they all did. So that was good to go to. And
Brian Easton made his debut on television last night too, by the way.
I saw him on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
He had a
I saw him.
cookie.
He had a cookie, yeah.
Yeah, he brought a cookie up for himself.
Yeah, he probably was looking for me to give me the cookie because his daughter always used to make cookies for me.
Easton doesn't share.
No, it didn't look like it. It didn't look
he
like
keeps it for himself.
All right, Bogey, again, welcome again and Happy New Year. And we've talked many times, and I appreciate you coming up post-game to visit with us and share a little bit of your time with us after the game, and you're very gracious about that, so I want to make sure I say thank you to that, too. Cowgirls right now sitting at 7-5. The bigger thing, I think, that probably to me right now is your section record, I think, is at 4-1. Let's go back and take a look at the section here just a couple games ago. Last night you played West Central. We'll talk about that in a minute. But before that was Hillcrest.
Yep.
Hillcrest came in. I think they were ranked 1 or 2 in the state, correct?
Yeah,
and I think
right,
you guys,
right, top 3 for sure.
And
like
you
that.
guys weren't too far behind, but it was a big game for the girls. And unfortunately, I think it was a physical game from what I hear and what I've heard from you and some of the girls too. It was a physical game, and you come out on the wrong end of the stick there, but I think it was a good measurement for you.
It was, and it was physical, but I think that benefits us just as much as it benefits them. They are physical. They play and they get up and get in your face. But
are they physically bigger than you? Would you say that?
Their guards are big, but I feel like we have some big guards too. I don't know that they have a 4 kind of like Parker, maybe a little bit taller than her that her and Jonica have played AAU with, and Emily, I guess too.
Oh, okay.
But overall, I don't know that they're much. If they are bigger than us, not much bigger. We couldn't score it very well. We struggled to score it, and some of our big hitters, Parker and Jonica, as everybody knows, score it as well as anybody, and they combined for 11 that night. So for us to be in that game and lose by 6 with those two combining for 11. I think that's a good sign, and our free throw shooting, we've talked about that before with you guys, and we've struggled. And our last 3 games have been 84%, and then we shot 85% against Hillcrest, and then we shot 85 last night. So, you know, that keeps us in games. You know, you look at last night, and if we don't shoot that well, that's a nail biter right at the end. And,
yeah, it would have been. Yeah.
So that's big for us. And then, like I said, to not have them score it at a high level and we still hang around, I thought that was a good sign for us.
Yeah, so they were a tough team, and I know we gave, again, I'm kind of skipping ahead here but a little bit, but I'm going to go back to the Hillcrest game too. I gave the Player of the Game award to Parker last night, and I talked to her a little bit about the Hillcrest game. I said it was a pretty physical game, and she said it was very physical. Her quote was very physical. And I even talked to Emily in the pregame show, and she said the same thing. So it was interesting to hear that from the two of them.
And you know, we play in our conference, I would say, depending on the refs, but I feel like all of our games so far, with the exception of maybe one, that's been pretty physical.
Yeah.
And we want it that way. We don't want it where there's stuff called all the time, or where we're sitting back and just letting things happen. Our girls want to get up and play physical. So I think, you know, in the end, it might benefit them, but I think it didn't hurt us either.
Excuse me. That was good. And let's go to last night then. And you took on West Central, and it came away with a nice 10-point win. Again, the same kind of situation. West Central, I think, was just a little bit ahead of you in the section QRF anyway. A little bit ahead of you in coming into the game last night, and you came away with a nice 10-point win.
Yeah, it was. We talking last night, we talked about how it was back and forth and pretty sloppy early on, and we wanted to clean things up, and it didn't get real clean throughout the night, but we were able to build ourselves, I don't know what it ended up being at halftime. I think it was 16 point, 14 or 16, and we were kind of able to hold on and make plays enough to hang on for that 10-point. I shouldn't say hang on. I thought our girls played really well. We watched film back today and did a lot of really good things. We just had a lot of turnovers and you know, didn't shoot it the greatest, but we had some open shots that they'll fall later on. So I think a lot of good things happened last night. It's always tough when you play a team. You know, they won state last year. They didn't bring a bunch of girls back, but they start 5 seniors. So, you know, that's not always easy to go up against. And I thought our girls responded well. And when we did turn it over, I thought we would go and get another one. We would come back with one. So, you know, overall it was a little bit sloppy, but our girls did a lot of really, really good things last night.
Yeah, we talked about that in the postgame show too a little bit. And I think there's a point, and I'm trying to put words in your mouth, that you might be somewhat comfortable with that, pushing the ball a little bit too hard sometimes maybe, because it will create something back on the other end too maybe. But I think if you don't push the ball, that's not cowgirl basketball.
Right. And we touched on that last night about playing maybe too fast. Yeah. And our press does that to us offensively. Our press leads to some stuff that we think that we have.
Absolutely.
And then and we've harped on it now last night and then today about how we just need to value the ball. We need to, take time off the clock, work for a good one, make them work on defense instead of us having to be in our press all the time. So I think the girls are understanding that, hey, we can get these same shots later on in the possession.
Yeah. And you've got all kinds of three-point shooters, of course, with Parker and Jonica. And I did mention on the air last night, by the way, Jonica is, 15 short of 1,000
She's 15 now, yep.
So good luck, Jonica, in your next outing. And anyway, you've got three-point shooters. Piper's able to shoot it. Ava's able to shoot it. We've seen Emily shoot it. I mean, you can shoot from all 5 spots on the court for your three-point shots. We've even seen Sienna hit one.
Yeah, she's hit a couple. I mean, You've mentioned them all. We got kids on the bench that, in their JV game, they're hitting them. And our JV has played really well the last few games. So I think just, building that confidence. Sometimes it does take getting a layup to go in or a free throw to fall through to really see, see the ball go through the net, builds that confidence. And as long as we can keep attacking and get to them, I think our threes will start coming with it too.
I think they will too. And maybe a good opportunity will be this Friday night here when you got Staples Motley, another HOL opponent, coming to town here. So you got Staples Motley coming in. What do you see out of them? What do you think you're going to see? What do you plan to do?
I haven't gotten to watch a lot on them. I know that they have a couple girls that can score it pretty decent. Seeing some of their scores, I know that they've put up points in other games. I can't remember if it was Frazee or one of our conference opponents played against them, and and it was like 90 something to 70 something.
Yeah.
So you know what they can score it if it's an up and down game. So I think just controlling the pace, making them uncomfortable, and taking our time, valuing the ball, and working around, and just do what we do and focus on what we want to get done.
I see they had a 2-point loss to Park Rapids, I believe it was, 43-41. So it was a pretty close game.
That one was close, and I know if there was one where they.
So I don't think their record at 2-5, 2-8, I guess it is.
And they have a new coach, so I think just getting into that system and being comfortable with that. But it's another conference game, and you just gotta can't just walk out there and expect to win. So.
Yep. Well, I hope things go well for you, Coach. And sitting in the section right now, you still got Hillcrest up at the top. Brandon Evansville is a team. I don't think you're even going to play them in the regular season, are you?
We're not.
They're sitting right above you.
And we have in the past. And our schedules, for some reason, they must have scheduled somebody else, but they weren't going to come back and play again. So there was some of that. I don't know exactly how it worked. I'm not saying one way or the other, but so we don't get to play them this year. So that would be a nice way to gauge at where we're at, being able to play them, but we don't get to this year. So, we kind of just got to take care of our own business and let what happens. And
of course, the Heart of Lakes, tough as always.
Yes, yeah.
You're sitting at 3-3 in the Heart of Lakes, but you got DGF up there at 6-1. You got Perm at 6-1. Frazee 6-2.
Mm-hmm.
That's tough.
Yeah, and outside the conference, I think all three of those teams are undefeated outside the conference. So, it's not like they're just, coming into the conference games and winning those, but they're taking care of business outside of the conference too.
Very true. All right, B-Dub, you got anything there for Bogey?
Note to self, do not foul on January 17th. He's shooting 80% from the line. I'm like, come on.
But we talked about, and from earlier games, and you were there too at
I know.
Some of those games where we've shot under 50% games too.
It's interesting because you're sitting here and having a conversation with him, and you're saying things almost verbatim of what I've had to say to my team about moving the basketball, getting a better shot later, making the other team play defense, things like that. It's just crazy. I know we both coach girls basketball, but it's just amazing how the game is the game. And within the game, you have to do certain things in order to be successful.
Yeah.
And we have to get our players to understand that. And he's in the same boat that I am. They're having some success, but yet there's still things that you want to fix and tweak so that you can be playing that better basketball.
Right.
Because I don't know, do you feel like you're playing really good basketball right now?
No, I mean, we've had some stretches where I'm like, that's kind of what I'm thinking that we're, and I've brought it up to the girls, and I've said it other times. Like during the summer, I thought we played more freely, but people say
that's
that. What happened in the summer?
That's
yes, exactly.
Different.
That's different. You're not playing, for one thing, the same teams. You're not preparing for the teams that you're playing during the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Hardly anybody plays his own defenses during the summer. So a lot of that stuff is different. People don't always realize
it's
that.
It's not the same game.
Yep.
It's like AAU, right? AAU is a different game than varsity high school basketball. It's totally different. So sometimes you have girls that do well in AAU or whatever, but it's a totally different game. Just like when you go to summer and when we go to team camp, we have different teams that we're playing. Like we're not playing the same girls. It's just a different brand of basketball, and then you have to kind of tighten it up once you get into the season.
And so, just going back to that, it's like, I don't think that we're playing at the level that we want to be playing or clicking. But I think it is. You add Emily back and have Santa play and just a little bit of injury with Jonica to start the year. So it's just kind of getting everybody healthy, getting everybody playing together, and just I think things will fall into place. So.
I don't know. It's a decent start.
Right?
Yeah,
our schedule's not easy, and we've had chances and in all of the games, so it's not like we've been blown out or anything like that. So I think we start putting everything together and things will be fine.
Well, we talked about how the most really for you guys the most important game is game number 27.
Yep.
That's all that matters. You're gonna play who you play or whatever. You're gonna try and put yourself in a good position, but game 27, that's the one that really counts.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, very much so. All right, so Friday night, double header.
Yeah.
You guys got the first game, correct?
We do. Yep. They don't have a JV. They don't have a JV girls team. So the boys, I think, start at 4:15 Could be wrong
Boys
on that.
JV.
Boys JV,
Okay.
then girls varsity at 5:45, and then the boys to follow.
So we'll have that on Three Border
Yeah.
Sports Network, everybody, and we'll be there for the girls' game, and then we'll stick around for the boys' game too as well. So
perfect. I appreciate it.
Yeah, so we'll be there. Good luck Friday night.
Thank you.
All right, Bogey. Coach Tony Bogenreef, head coach of the Cowgirls basketball squad, joining us, and we'll be right back, I believe, with Jordan, I think, is out there next.
Perfect.
So Jordan Christensen coming up next, right here on Three Border Sports Network.
Having the right insurance team will change the way you view insurance. Hi, this is Amanda from State Farm. My staff and I believe insurance is a tool that can help you plan for what can go wrong so you can focus and invest in what can go right.
Amanda and her team are dedicated to serving you and the community. They are local, committed, and a trusted insurance team. See why they've been voted Best Insurance Agency 7 years and counting.
Come see us. We'd love a chance to work with you too.
Smith Motors in Wapaton, our goal is to find the vehicle that fits you, both in lifestyle and budget. Do more with the spacious GMC Acadia, the powerful, always dependable Chevy Silverado, or the rugged, hardworking GMC Sierra. Since 1960, Smith Motors has provided an excellent automotive experience featuring high-quality service and low-pressure sales. Chevrolet or GMC, the selection is great. And if we don't have it, we'll find it for you. Smith Motors, small-town friendly, big-town.
Getting you back to what you love. We are Optimum Rehab. For over a decade, Dr. Tony Eggeman has provided physical therapy services for the people of Wapaton, Breckenridge, and surrounding communities. We're a small practice that sees our patients as individuals. Through hands-on techniques, our patients have their treatment plans tailored to their exact needs. Sprains, sore muscles, back pain, achy joints, rehab following surgery, you name it. Optimum Rehab is your answer. When you need exceptional physical therapy, you need Optimum Rehab.
We know switching banks takes time. But what if we told you that at Bell Bank, we have a team that knows you by name?
Worth it.
Or real people that answer the phone within 22 seconds.
Worth it.
A bank that you can trust that will never hit you with sneaky fees?
It's so worth it.
Switch and see why Bell Bank is worth it. Bell Bank, member FDIC.
Minn Kota Ag Products has helped farmers with all their agricultural needs as the farming industry has expanded. They provide farmers with all their chemical, fertilizer, seed, grain, and elevator needs. They also offer deep band tillage, chemical application, and fertilizer application, just to name a few. Proud to be a partner in your operation since 1941. Download the MKAP Grower 360 app from your app store today to see current market prices, your tickets, and any essential information for your operation. Thanks for all your hard work.
At Interstate Engineering, we're more than engineers and surveyors. We're partners in building stronger communities. For 50 years, we've partnered with communities across the Great Plains region, from airports to water systems, transportation to recreation. Our team delivers innovative solutions with integrity, loyalty, and a passion for helping others. Interstate Engineering, improving life, one community at a time.
Since 1987, Red River Valley and Western Railroad has served North Dakota and Minnesota with over 500 miles of track. Red River Valley and Western handles shipping, freight car repair, storage options, and now transload services. With over 30 years of experience in the railroad industry, they know dependable service is what you strive for. Red River Valley and Western is proud to be a part of the community since 1987.
What does primary care mean to us? At Sanford Health, it means being there when and where you need it most. It means building a relationship, because when a provider really knows you, they can deliver the best care for every aspect of your health and your life. So what does primary care mean for you? It means understanding your health for today and for where you're headed next. It means a lifetime of care for a lifetime of you.
No matter what time of year, a farmer's relationship with Red River Grain Hefty Seed never changes. Red River Grain Hefty Seed works shoulder to shoulder with area farmers to attain the highest possible profit for you. Red River Grain Hefty Seed has been saving farmers money for years. For all your grain and agronomy needs, stop in or call the friendly staff at 643-3738 or visit them online at redrivergrain.com.
And we're back.
Are you gonna blame me for being late?
I'm loaded and ready to go, buddy.
You can blame both of us.
All I'm going to say, welcome back, first of all, to the Giants Coaches Show, everybody, brought to you by Giant Seeds and Snacks, and also brought to you in part by Red River Communications and Cable Channel 28.
You can blame me, I guess.
I am going to blame you. And
he sat down, and then we started talking.
And I tried to even interrupt and say, just use the credit card, take him to lunch one day, and find out the information. We got a show to do here.
We just started talking. This is what happens when you get a bunch of basketball coaches in the room. So Bogey was over here, and then we start talking too. And then he sits down and like, hey, let me ask you about
Poor
this.
Ryan sitting over there. He says, aren't you going to talk wrestling with me?
I don't know anything about wrestling. I don't know anything.
Takes a few of us.
All right, let's go on. 8-0 Cowboys. How about that? And where I'm going to go with that is right away here, Jordan. The other night after the game against Border West, I believe Brian asked you the question, do you feel like a 7-0 team? And you said, I don't know, let me figure out the next 7 games. Well, you came back and beat Hawley, so you got 8-0 now. So are you feeling a little better about that 7-0 start? Or is there still some things you want to do?
There's still a lot of things that we can get better on, but I'm proud of our guys. I think
absolutely.
The bus ride back was something fun. We haven't had many HOL games where the kids have a speaker on the bus on the way home from a HOL school where it's been a couple years since we've had that.
Yeah.
But it was a fun bus ride home last night, and it's fun to see the kids get to enjoy that because it's been a little bit since they've gotten to do that.
Well, I'm going to take you back to the Border West game before we get started on the Hawley game. Let's go back to the Border West game. Again, a nice victory there, a section victory. You had Rothsay, and you were up at Rothsay, too, as well, another section game. Mm-hmm. But then you came home and had Border West on the 3rd of January last Saturday, and a nice win for the Cowboys there, too.
That was a fun win. That one was a little bit extra special after last year. Kind of the way we went out in the playoffs wasn't how any of our guys wanted to go out, and there was just some things that happened that were unfortunate, and the ball bounced their way, and it is what it is. But our guys were ready to play that one.
Was it in the back of their minds? A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. It was in the back of my mind quite a bit, and I reminded them before we played them that let's go change things here.
Yeah, one of the things that I'd noticed, and B-Dub noticed it too as well, because he was our player of the game, was Aiden Sanchez, and how well he played offensively for you too, and starting to pick up some points here where you need him to pick up points.
He's figuring out where he can score and what are great shots for him, and he's going to those spots. I think he's doing a really great job of just getting to his spots, for lack of a better word, and he's taking good catch and shoot threes, and shoot last night he all of a sudden he's got a 5'9" kid on him. He's like, Coach, I'm just gonna go post up. I'm like, yep, go post up, man. Like, let's get the ball inside.
Yeah.
And that was fun to see. I think he had 28 last night, and just on a great effort. Only one made three-pointer, and usually a kid who shoots quite a bit of threes, or he just kept going inside. So and that was a big emphasis going into the game, was go inside on him. But that was fun to see. We had I think probably 65-ish points in the paint last night out of our 83. So that was just
Cooper. I suppose between Cooper and Levi playing down low too. You had those guys down there.
Yep. So from Aiden, Cooper, and Levi, we had 72 points last night.
Wow.
Out of our 83, and they played well. They were kind of on a mission to get to the rim, and they repeatedly got to the rim. It was whether it was on a post up or a lot of the times they would drive it, and in transition, Cooper did a really good job of picking his spots, and it was fun to see our guys go do that, because we've kind of been waiting on that.
Right.
For those three to just say, you know what, we're going to go win a game, and credit to all the other kids too, as they guarded their tails off. We played hard defensively, and that did create a lot of offense again.
And again, similar to the Cowgirls, but the Cowboys maybe obviously a little more aggressive, but your defense and just the constant pressure on the ball, it just amazes me. And I know Brian and I have talked about that before.
The kids are buying into the system, and I think it's a fun way to play, and I think they're enjoying it, and it gives them pretty clear rules.
Well, you kind of made that comment the other night. Who liked to play defense back in the day? I didn't like playing defense back in the day, but these guys like to play defense.
They like to play defense. They like to see the other team be uncomfortable, and they've figured out, you know what? It's a lot easier to go the other way and get an easy bucket when you get stops versus taking the ball out of the net. And they're taking some pride in the defensive end, and it's fun, and it's a lot of communication and a lot of trust in your teammates, and they've really done a great job of that.
That's awesome. All right, so then coming up here now, you got Staples Motley coming in. Little tougher Staples Motley team, I think, this year, the way it sounds.
Staples returns a lot of guys like us.
Yeah.
They honestly, if you put on the film, it's probably from last year. It's going to look about like the same kids that were on the floor in the second time we played Staples last year. So their point guard is one of the best players in the area, Eli Rutten.
Okay.
He, I think, had 25 or something like that when they came to Breck last year. He probably shot 20 free throws, and that was in Breck, and then in Staples he hurt us again. But there's defensively, I'd say we're better than last year, and we've got some things we can do, and we're gonna watch a couple films here the next few days and try and get a game plan to
put it on the floor. Yeah, they're coming in
check.
I've got them at 5-3 overall. They're 4-1 in the conference, so they're right below you in the conference.
A little bit of explanation on their 5-3. They're probably not really a 5-3 team. One of their best players was suspended, I think, 3 games to start the season. So I'd say that's a 5-3 with an asterisk. They might have won. They might be much better than 5-3. I think.
All right.
It should be a fun game.
So we should see a barn burner.
I think so. I hope so.
We think so anyway. And hopefully the Cowboys can go to 9-0 here and do that too as well. B-Dub, you got anything there for Coach? Other than you guys going to meet for lunch, and you can put it on the card, by the way.
We might have to. I had asked you if you were who you thought you were, basically. But now I guess I want to ask: Are you surprised by your start at all?
If you'd have told me day one of practice, yeah, after the scrimmage, after we played WAP that Saturday, I would have been a little bit surprised. But honestly, from that day forward, our guys have done a great job at practice and every day, and the confidence builds upon itself. We won a couple, like the Barnesville game kind of really springboarded us to have some confidence, and then then not realizing quite what Underwood was, we beat them on the second half of a back-to-back, and then they go and win the Pelican tournament. That was a big win, and at the time we were kind of like, we didn't play so great that day, and looking back at it, that was a solid win, and I just think our guys are really, really kind of hungry to have the similar success that they had in football.
Sure.
And,
Sure.
There's not a kid in the rotation right now that wasn't a football player,
Right.
and it's a tough group of kids, and
Yeah.
they understand that playing hard is a non-negotiable.
We had talked about, or I'd say to him sometimes, I think that makes a big difference when you have a football team that has a lot of success like you did, and now you have all these players that transfer to basketball, and I think that makes a difference. I think you learn something when you have success, and then you transfer it to another sport. So with all the success that you've had, what do you have to work on? Is there anything that you have to fix at this point?
Brian, we can't shoot.
You can't shoot?
Not right now.
You don't think so?
We can shoot. We just haven't made shots. We haven't shot over 50% a single game. We've been at, I think,
So
43
you're doing it with defense.
43% is our highest shooting percentage in a single game so far. So, I'm not saying we can't shoot. We can. We just haven't. Ball hasn't bounced our way.
What are you behind the 3-point line?
Ball at 26%.
Really?
Yeah.
That surprises me.
So we take a lot of them, but
Yeah, sure.
honestly, a 3-point shot is great for us because we rebound. We get an
you do.
offensive
Oh,
rebound
sure.
about 40%
Second
of the
chance.
time.
Yeah, I'd agree
So your
with
second
that.
chance
So,
points are good. Yeah.
Our second chance points are huge. It really makes our points per possession look a lot better when we're
Yeah.
going to get rebounds.
Yeah.
But one thing we got to work on is we got to get guys in the gym shooting free throws and getting up threes on the gun. And we have had quite a few in the mornings, and we're going to hopefully continue that. And then once playoffs roll around, we'll spend a little bit more time on shootings and just some of those things that, you know what, we got to make shots. So.
See, undefeated, still knows what he needs to work on.
Yeah.
That's a good coach.
That's a good thing. It's fun to watch them. There's no question about it.
Seriously, your team is fun to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I asked you some things about certain things because I want to know, but they're fun to watch.
Yeah.
They really are, and I think some of that comes from, a lot of teams, a lot of fans want to watch teams score points or whatever, but I watch the game through different eyes, and I like watching these teams because of the way that they play defense.
Yeah.
And it's just fun. It's fun to watch.
There is no I in that team for sure. I
No,
mean,
there isn't.
Again, I know
There
that's a cliche thing,
Yeah.
but there is nobody on that team that says, "Hey, what about me?" You can just see it's all about the team.
It's team defense for sure. It doesn't matter what defense they're playing, but it's team defense. It's fun
Hats
to watch.
off to you.
So
Thank you. The boys have bought in, and credit goes to them. They make us look smart.
That helps, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Caribou Coffee out at the Travel Center out here in Wapaton there. Jordan,
Thank
go
you.
out there and have one and enjoy it.
Thank you.
All right, Jordan Christensen, head coach of the Cowboys basketball squad, and we're going to have Ryan Brandt coming up here next. We're going to talk some BW Storm Wrestling right after this on Three Borders Sports Network.
Freedom to grow with the peace of mind of security and safety.
Let me do my thing. So get ready, get up, get ready, yeah.
America's Best Checking for students from Bell Bank makes it easy to let them do their thing.
It's what it's all about.
Visit www.bell.bank/student-checking to learn more. Or stop into a branch near you to open an account today.
Let me do my thing.
Bell Bank, member FDIC.
Wapaton Deli and Eatery, serving delicious deli staples paired with great service and friendly staff. They use the best ingredients and provide a great atmosphere. If you have an office party or an at-home celebration, Wapaton Deli and Eatery can help with your next event. And now you can order online for in-store pickup. Check it out at wapatondeliandeatery.com or call 642-3639.
No matter the time of year, there's never a bad time to get your ride sparkling at All Seasons Car Wash. Your ride deserves to shine all year round. We'll see you at All Seasons Car Wash.
We offer the greatest broadband that anyone can subscribe to. And that's because of the infrastructure that we have been able to build over the last decade. You know, we're talking 10 gigabit per customer. That's the network we're building. There's days I think about what's the network going to be after I retire, where it continues to evolve. And if it evolves as much as what it has in the last 73 years, we can't even dream what it's going to be in the future.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
All right, welcome back to the Giants Coaches Show, everybody. I'm Joe Schreiner, and he is Brian Watson. And the Giants Coaches Show is also brought to you in part by Red River Communications. Red River Communications, internet with a human touch.
I was waiting for that.
I did it just for you.
Why would you say you're waiting for me?
I was, because I'm waiting for you.
I was ready to go. I don't understand.
Did
He was
see me?
here. He was in his seat.
Did
I'm
he
like,
see
I'm
him
ready to
ready?
go.
Talking
You
back
guys
there
were
again.
talking. You guys were
you
talking.
were conversationing over
I know,
there.
but I'm always listening. I can
Oh,
do
yeah?
two things at once. Okay, I coach basketball.
All right.
And then you guys were talking, so I have to wait for you to get done talking
Yeah.
before I get back to. We bring it back because I want to make sure that he's okay and you're prepared with the questions that you have to ask with your cheat sheet.
Yeah.
You know. So I mean, I'm just saying, I do what I do. You're welcome. You're welcome. You can move on.
You done now?
Yeah.
Okay. Ryan Brandt, head coach of the BW Storm boys wrestling team, and Trayton Hout's going to be here a little bit later here to talk to some girls wrestling, so I don't have to keep asking you about that anymore. But we're going to talk about the boys wrestling squad, and since we last met just before Christmas holiday week, you've had some matches, some duels. You had Cheyenne, Central, but some illnesses creeped in here too.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, everybody's going through it. But.
Yeah, our school as a whole, it's kind of had some, COVID and some influenza and stuff like that go through it right now. But yeah, right before Christmas break, we had influenza actually get into our room, and it pretty much decimated our whole team. We ended up going to Valley City's individual tournament with 5 varsity guys.
Wow.
Because that's all we had left.
Wow.
And then the Cheyenne duel, we had 6 varsity guys. The Grand Forks Central and Devils Lakes duels, we only had 8 varsity guys. So, we were really short.
So they had shortages too.
Yeah. Like our whole team was short, and some of the other teams are dealing with the same things.
Yeah.
But when we look at that, we only have 22 kids out for our sport or for our team, and like Cheyenne has 40.
Sure.
So when they have sickness and they lose 20 kids, well, they still got 20 more kids, and we don't.
Gotcha.
So that kind of shorthanded us a little bit. But me and Eric talked, and we thought about maybe trying to move the duels if we could, but we ultimately decided we're going to take the kids that we have that are healthy, and we're just going to do our best at those duels. We were able to win a couple matches in those duels, and get some head-to-head wins as far as EDC is concerned. But ultimately, the score of the team didn't look the greatest for us. But.
Sure. When you get a shortage of people like that, it's tough to do that. And then, like you said, which sometimes we forget because you're still wrestling in the EDC as a co-op. Some of those larger squads, like Cheyenne, like you said, is 40 people, and if they get 20 kids sick, you still got 20 kids there ready to hit the mat.
Yeah.
Where you get half of your squad sick, you barely got a team.
Yeah, we only got 10 guys then at that point. Can't field the full team.
How's everybody feeling now?
We're doing really good now. We pretty much have everybody back now. We're back up to our 22 in practice, which helps also there. I mean, even when we were sick, I'm sure Brian can attest to this too. When we only had 10 kids in the room, it's kind of like playing, all right, who can go with who today? Like, who can go with David? Who can go with Henry? It's harder to match up practice partners, especially with levels and things like that. So having all the guys back makes practice just go a lot easier for us as well.
Yeah, for sure. I was just looking at it here. It says that you went to Grand Forks Central twice, and once you wrestled Grand Forks Central, but then you had Devils Lake too there, and you won a few matches in the Devils Lake.
Yeah, Devils Lake, we wrestled a lot better. It was a triangular that day. It was a reschedule that we had. We were supposed to wrestle them on the 18th of December, and then we had a snow day, so we ended up actually wrestling them on the 30th of December. And when we wrestled Central, we didn't wrestle even close to what me and Coach Erlinson, Coach Larkamp, and Coach Frame expected of our kids. We kind of just looked like we were a little dragging our feet, kind of not really wanting to look like we wanted to wrestle. And, we kind of had a little heart-to-heart with them after that duel and said, hey, like, we don't want to be here. Like, we don't have to come, but if you're here, you might as well wrestle. Like, we don't like watching you guys go out there not even looking like you're trying. And so I'm not saying they didn't try, but we just didn't look like our normal selves. And after that duel, we wrestled Devils Lake, and we wrestled a lot better. We went out there and we competed, we battled against their kids, and we were able to get some wins out of that duel.
Okay.
And that's kind of what we've seen in practice now. We've went a little bit harder with them the last couple of weeks here in practice, and our kids have responded great. And it kind of showed at the Rumble for us. A lot of our kids came out there and they looked like they wanted to be there. They just weren't going through the motions. Like, they wanted to compete, they wanted to wrestle, and they wanted to win.
Let's talk about the Rumble. That came up on Friday and Saturday up in Fargo, and that's a big, I think we were talking off air, and I think on my sheet here it says 62, so you thought it was 63, but
yeah.
There's a hell of a lot of teams there and a hell of a lot of wrestlers.
Yeah, 62 teams throughout the boys' divisions, and there's probably even more if you count the girls' divisions in there.
Sure.
As far as total teams that were there. But it's definitely the biggest tournament we go to. And we haven't Wahpeton, before we even co-op, Wahpeton hadn't been there in, I want to say, 8 years. And I think bracket was maybe even a little bit longer. So it's a really tough tournament, probably the hardest one we wrestle in. But it was good to see our kids, before going there, we were a little scared maybe, especially after Tuesday, we didn't wrestle our best. We were a little timid, like, I don't know how this is going to go this weekend, but our kids responded really well.
Yeah.
Every kid that wrestled outside of one or two won at least 2 matches out there. We only entered 2 kids into the varsity, and that was David and Henry. And talking to some of the other coaches that send their kids there in the EDC and stuff, one of the things that they said is, like, we only put guys in the varsity that either have won a big, or like not won, but placed at a big tournament, so like Rotary, Rumble, or State. And everybody else we put in the JV. So the JV actually turns into like almost like those 500 level, or even like I would say 75% win level varsity guys.
Okay.
With some JV guys as well in there too.
Sure.
So that's what we kind of told our kids. We're like, all right, like David, Henry have placed at State. Like, they're going to go in there, and we kind of gave a couple other kids some options, and they're like, well, there's a couple things I really want to work on this weekend to try to better my game and get more confidence in what I'm doing out there.
Sure.
So we let them go JV. And I was, like I said, I was really happy with what I saw. Most of our kids getting 2 wins out there. Tyler Burchill won his bracket in the JV portion. And he wrestled a really good tournament, really opened up his offense, which is something that's kind of been lacking. He's kind of been a little timid to get to his offense. So that was really good to see out of him. Watson Nagel placed 4th out there, lost to the same kid twice. And the kid he lost to, actually from Oaks, is ranked 5th in the state on varsity. And he placed last year at 107 in varsity.
Wow.
So, like, he didn't lose to a bad kid. He lost to a really, really good kid. And the other 2 kids that placed ahead of that kid are also varsity guys that placed last year at state. So he ended up wrestling, he had 3 guys in his bracket that finished above him that were state placers last year in Class A and B. So that was really good to see out of him.
Yep.
And then David placed 8th. He went in seeded 7th. There's a lot of really good Minnesota kids that he ran into, The 3 matches that he ended up losing out there were to 2 ranked kids in Minnesota and 1 ranked kid that he had beaten 2 weeks prior in Valley City. That's ranked right behind him in the rankings. But he wrestled a really good tournament against the number 1 kid in AA. He was down 1-0 with 30 seconds left and he was wrestling really good, got in on his legs a couple of times, and we just couldn't finish a takedown, was all that it was. So, and we were talking, if we get one of those takedowns, we win that match, and we beat the number 1 kid in Minnesota in AA.
Wow.
And then, like I said, he lost to the Bismarck High kid. They wrestled 2 weeks prior at Valley City, and he beat him there. So that's, just a match. That kid changed his whole game plan against David. Like, he changed how he came into the match, changed the style he was wrestling, and we weren't prepared for it maybe. But that was a match that we were winning right at the end there, and there was a questionable, is it a takedown, was it not a takedown, on the edge of the mat, and we didn't get the call we wanted. So we ended up losing that match by 1. And then David ended up wrestling the number 5 kid out of Holdingford, and he was beating that kid 7-1, and then he ended up in a little scramble, ended up on his back, ended up losing, I believe it was like 10-9, was the final score of that one. So I mean, 3 really good quality competition kids that he wrestled really well against, and we just ended up on the wrong side of it in the end. But you know, he took that, you know, with I could beat those guys, and he's right there, and he's so close to getting over that hump to being one of those really elite kids at his weight class. And with us going to Rotary this weekend, he has that opportunity to kind of make that jump, hopefully. And I think he will, because he's been working really hard this week. We brought in Aaron Dykey this week for a couple days of practice, a former Wahpeton wrestler who was pretty dang good in his own right.
Yep, he was.
And he's been coming in working with Henry and David a little bit. He did that a little bit last year too, and he's really good with those two. He makes them work out of positions and makes them like do it right. He doesn't let them get by with little, like maybe like sometimes maybe if they're practicing, they're both tired, they might let themselves get away with little things. He doesn't let them do that. Like he makes them go back down and it's like, no, you're gonna do this right.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, so he pushes them really good. And I mean, they may not say they like it when he comes in, but I think in the end they'll appreciate it a lot when he comes in. So
at the end of the year, they're for sure gonna appreciate it. Anything else there in the head of the red you want to discuss?
No, that was pretty much it.
Okay, and then let's see, you got the Rotary coming up this weekend out in Bismarck then, Friday and Saturday again.
Yeah, probably our second hardest tournament that we go to all year. Yeah, we kind of have a gauntlet these first 2 weeks of January, but you know, I think a lot of it is good for our team. We haven't had a lot of mat time, like live wrestling, like coming into Rumble, David only had 12 matches, and he was wrestling some kids who had 20.
Yeah.
So we just haven't had a lot of on the mat live wrestling and situations and things that we would like to have had already.
Yep.
So going to some of these bigger tournaments, we get that more of that. So that's good for us.
And then after that, you just got a couple of duels left.
Yep. We only got one tournament after that, and that's Storhog, and then pretty much just EDC duels after that point. And then we're at EDC at the second week of February already.
It's just a blink of an eye already.
Yeah, it's been a quick season for us.
Yeah, it sure has.
Especially with the football season getting done a little later.
Yeah, that affected
made it shorter, and yeah, it's going to be at the end here pretty quick.
Yep. All right, B-Dub, you got anything for Coach?
I do have a question.
All right, thank you.
I didn't realize how massive a Rumble on the Red is.
Yeah.
Like that's just like a huge tournament.
You got 8 mats going at one time?
24
mats. There's
24
like
mats.
a gazillion different matches. How does that get broken up to decide, like, is it just strictly by weight? Because I know there's different states that are there. Like, how does that break down to decide where a kid's going to wrestle?
Yeah, so like I kind of said a little bit before, like we break our kids up like skill-wise or where we think they should go. But they do last year they had 22 mats there. This year they brought in 2 more mats, so they had 24. So on mats like 1 through 8 was just varsity, and then mats 9 through 16 was just JV, and then mats 17 through 24 was girls. And girls only had 1 division there this year. They'll probably go to 2 divisions, I'm guessing, next year, as more girls keep coming out. But yeah, we had, I want to say, just shy of 2,000 athletes competing through the boys varsity, boys JV, and girls divisions.
Huge.
And that's not counting the youth portion that they do Saturday and Sunday. That adds about another 1,000 kids that come into there.
Is that like one of the largest wrestling tournaments in the country, or where does that sit as far as the size of a wrestling tournament?
Yeah, I would say overall it's one of the bigger ones that are in the United States.
Really?
Yeah, we get 62 teams. It's huge. Like it's considered a national tournament.
Yeah.
Because we get teams from Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota, Minnesota are kind of the big ones. I know even when I used to compete there, we had like teams from Alaska and California that were there.
Don't they even set up like vendor tents and stuff out in the parking lots and whatever?
Kind of just on like the main concourse up at the top where people are. Yeah, they just set stuff up there. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just think that's crazy. That's right here. That's a huge wrestling event right here in North Dakota. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. Pretty cool that we can take part of it. All right, Coach, we got a Caribou Beverage for you
Thank
out
you.
at the Travel Center out there in Wahpeton.
Thank you.
Stop out there to see Emily and the crew, and thank you for coming in.
Yes, thank you guys for having me again.
Appreciate it. And we'll maybe talk again next week.
Yes, that would work perfectly. Hopefully,
right.
I got some good news for you guys.
All right. Got the tournament coming up, the Rotary tournament coming up in Bismarck on Friday and Saturday.
Friday and Saturday, yep.
All right, good luck out there to you,
Thank you.
And the boys. And we got Grace Brandt will come in before Drayton, I think is the way I set that up. If I'm
so.
wrong, somebody's going to have to correct me. But I think that's what we got coming up next, right here on Three Borders Sports Network. Back after this.
This planting season by contacting Yield Advantage for all your seed and planting equipment needs. They carry high-quality products from Precision Planting, Intelligent Ag, Copperhead Ag, Outback Wraps, Ware Parts LLC, Midwest Seed Genetics, and more. Yield Advantage can help your planter from basic service parts to liquid fertilizer setups. All of the latest technology and often significantly less than buying a new planter. Be ready to hit the field by contacting Yield Advantage, 218-517-7878, or online at yield-advantage.com.
Do you experience pain, tingling, numbness, freezing, or burning in the hands and feet? Does your balance feel off? Tired of sleepless nights? You may suffer from neuropathy. Dr. Andrea may be able to help. Neuropathy is a serious disease where nerves begin to break down, leading to balance problems and other complications. Our program addresses the causes, not just the symptoms. See if you qualify for our neuropathy program at Hornstein Family Chiropractic. Schedule a consult with Dr. Andrea at Hornstein Family Chiropractic, 701-672-1300. Hornstein Family Chiropractic, where chiropractic care is a family affair.
The folks at Tyler Farm Supply understand that farming is hard work, and that's why they only offer durable and reliable short-line farm equipment that you can depend on. Whether you're a small-scale farmer or manage a large operation, they have the tools that you need to get the job done quickly and efficiently. Plus, with their competitive pricing and financing options, Tyler Farm Supply makes it easy for you to get the equipment you need without breaking the bank. Give them a call today, 701-642-8827.
When challenging conditions arise, we don't back down. We up our game. We outpace the competition. Keep you ahead of adversity. We keep you equipped and bring you solutions that hit close to home. Channel leads the field so you can rise above. See how at channel.com/rise.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls, Breckenridge, and Hankinson. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
Fast turnaround, cute designs, and so many options. It's totally made for you. Comfy Vibes Co. Fast, trendy, custom, yours. Check us out at comfyvibesco.com.
For 75 years, Corner Drug has been your trusted Health Mart pharmacy in Wapaton. As the prescription specialist, we're dedicated to your health. We provide immunizations to keep you safe, along with Health Pack compliance packaging for easy medication management. Plus, our medication synchronization ensures all your prescriptions are ready when you need them. Experience personalized care and expertise at Corner Drug, where your health is our priority.
All right, welcome back to the Giants Coaches Show here, and it's presented to you by Red River Communications, Red River Communications Cable Channel 28, our own dedicated cable channel when we go live with most events, including tonight's Coaches Show. I'm Joe, he's Brian.
It seems like you're figuring it out.
I'll get there.
I mean, it's getting better.
Well, I do, but I just got to give you a hard time.
I'm going to go coach mode. I'm going to give you some kudos. It's getting better. I like it. I like it. Keep up the good work.
I just like giving you grief.
Yeah, I know. We got to start staying on time, though. So
okay, I know I'm behind here, but Grace is here, and she'll
I know.
She'll keep me online.
I know. So let's keep her moving here.
Grace Brandt, head coach of the BW Storm Gymnastics Squad. Grace, thanks for coming back. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you as well.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. Thanks for coming back in. And kind of a nice evening out there. I guess we'll take it, huh?
Feels like spring. It's
Isn't it, though?
first week of December. I don't know what to think.
It's just kind of odd, I guess, but we'll take it. All right, we haven't met since way back in mid-December, just before Christmas, actually, and I think you had a home meet.
We did.
Back on the 19th?
Correct. Yep, December 19th. It was supposed to be our second home meet of December, actually, and we ended up pulling our first home meet. It was supposed to be December 12th, and based on our previous conversations over the last, my goodness, 4 years of Coach's Show and being part of this program, it's been kind of a recurring theme, what's going on with the EDC for gymnastics. And there are 2 teams in the EDC this year, us and Fargo, kind of a repeat of last year. It's still just weird to think about that.
So weird.
But Fargo is doing a lot to try to get their program kind of back on its feet. And they have 3 girls that are competing this season, and they had not done competitive gymnastics before. And competitive gymnastics is a big learning curve. I mean, it's a sport that I believe anyone can walk into, and given the right, strength training, coaching, time especially, you can learn a certain level in a short period of time. And he just didn't feel that with our first practices for high school season, our sanctioned season starting on November 17th, that 3 girls who had never done it before would be competition ready,
right.
At least to the point of it being worthwhile for us to have them, to bring in and pay judges and officials, to get the entire gym set up. We're really grateful for the co-op and the opportunity that we have to work with Three Rivers Gymnastics in town.
That's a great
They're a
opportunity,
great facility. Yeah. They've been a huge support since the dawn of the program back in the 80s. But ultimately, it's not a school-owned facility. We are considered, guests in that facility, and we want to be as cognizant of Three Rivers as possible. That they rely on recreational and their team program to make ends meet. And by setting up a high school meet in the middle of a rec session, it might dip into their finances. And so we just wanted to be really cognizant of that this season. Fargo had expressed that they weren't quite ready to compete on the 12th. So we nixed the meet. We just kind of took it as a down week. And then we hosted on the 19th of December. We had Northwest Stars out of Stanley, Williston, Ray, Tioga. So that was exciting. I feel like our team drives from here, there, and Timbuktu during the season. So to have a team from the far west come all the way out here for our meet, that was awesome. Grateful that they made the trip. And then we were also able to host Fargo. They felt like they just needed that one extra week to kind of get some of their routines on their feet. And it went really, really well.
So, and you mentioned about all the travel that you take, and usually you're the driver. So I'm sure it was kind of fun to see somebody actually come this way to do something like that. So
yes,
that's good.
We had 4 meets on 4 home meets on our schedule for the season. 2 in December. We dropped one of them. That's fine. And then we have one on January 30th, and Dickinson is actually making the trip. So cool. It's a really exciting season for us to be able to host some of these meets and to be able to host and welcome teams from the far western side of the state. Given just that regions don't necessarily mean the same thing in gymnastics as they do in something like girls or boys basketball or even wrestling. It's more of an abstract kind of setup for gymnastics. It's fun being able to host some of these teams and to cut down on some of that driving as the coach and driver. It's nice to not have to sit behind the wheel for 8 hours and then go coach.
Worry about icy roads. And
absolutely this time of year.
Yeah. All right, so how did the meet go? I mean, were you satisfied how the girls did and everything there as far as the results?
Yeah, we had most of our team there. Justice Christian is working on rehabbing a shoulder at the moment, so we'll kind of see how that plays out this Friday when we go to Fargo. So she was working kind of as our team manager, but it was really great to have her in that role during the meet, especially with how young our team is. The underclassmen are really getting the hang of how a meet works and how warm-up works and dropped back touches right before they compete. But as a coach at a meet, my job is to be there to facilitate safety. So a lot of the times it's being ready to spot should something happen. I can't be down there with a girl right before she competes. And so having Justice there in that capacity, kind of being able to mother hen some of the 7th and 8th graders was great. Elise Scovold had a really strong showing. She nearly swept the entire meet.
Wow.
She took
Good for
first
her.
across the board, save 4 bars, and that she took second by half of a point. So
Oh, man.
it was really, really exciting to see her have such a strong showing. She's so fun to watch as a gymnast. I will always say, regardless of your understanding of gymnastics, it's an exciting sport to watch. The artistry, the athleticism, it has a certain entertainment factor to it. You don't
Absolutely,
have
I
to
agree with
understand
that.
the scoring
Yeah.
to appreciate what you're watching, which is one reason why I think women's gymnastics at the Olympic level gets such a large
So popular.
following. Yeah, absolutely.
very.
And Elise really just has fun with the performance side of it. If you watch her floor routines, if you watch her beam routine, her facial expression, her body language, she makes it fun for
Good.
the audience, for the judges. So seeing a near sweep at that meet, especially our home meet, was really special. Saw a lot of growth in terms of scores and points from the underclassmen. It's a difficult sport. There are very few high school athletes that will ever score a 10 or even have a 10 start value on something like a floor routine or a beam routine. So to see some of these underclassmen adding a full point to their scores in the first month of the season means that we're getting feedback from judges on our score sheets, identifying what can we work on in practice this
Right.
week, and making marked progress. Ultimately, that's the in-season goal from December through February.
And you're seeing some of that.
Yes.
So that's a good thing. All right. So the other thing that I think we talked about before too, these younger young ladies that you have, you want to see them expand their different routines and different things that they're doing. So talk about that a little bit too.
Absolutely. We have a really young roster. We have 3 7th graders. I have 3 8th graders. I have a 9th grader this season. And with 11 girls on the roster, I mean, a majority of them, 6 of them are, in middle school, middle school and lower high school. So a lot of the times girls will start competing whatever event or events come most naturally to them. The really tough part that I feel like gymnastics encounters at the high school level is we have exactly 9 days, 9 practices from the time our sanctioned season starts to our first competition. And that is a really quick turnaround. So trying to get these girls, some of which have never done gymnastics before, to come in and do a floor routine, a beam routine, a bars routine, and compete a vault, that's a lot.
Yeah.
So we just kind of, gauge going into the season, naturally, physically, what do you have? What can we work with? And that's kind of where the first 2 weeks sit, and we continue to train all the events. But it's been exciting. Riley Lar, a 9th grader for Wahpeton, started with just a floor routine and a vault. We have a beam routine that we're ready to start adding in, so kind of seeing her inch her way towards all around, working a lot on getting strength for a bars routine. We have 4 of her 5 skills for a bars routine, so we are so close. Same thing, Aislinn Forey from Breckenridge. She's getting really close to being an all-around gymnast too with her bars routine. But just kind of gauging where some of these younger kids are coming in at. What can we do? What is reasonable, goal setting during the season? Any coach will tell you, regardless of what kind of a program they're running, you want to make progress during the season, you want to upgrade, but in your competitive season isn't necessarily the time you want to be training big upgrades, big new skills. You want to really fine tune what you have.
I think that, if I remember correctly, you're the only coach. So I mean, other than
Yes.
Justice maybe helping you out a little bit here and there with her injury, but I mean that's got to spread you pretty thin.
It does. I guess I've only ever known the program kind of as a one-woman show, but I do go from driving to coaching to setup to takedown, back to driving.
First aid.
Yep, first aid. Chantel Shute is incredible. We love our athletic trainer. She's always willing to stop by the gym, take a phone call, answer a text message, kind of do whatever it is that we feel like we need in the moment. So she's very accessible, and we really appreciate what Essentia does. But before practices, I would say on an average day at a practice, I'm taping 2 or 3 ankles, a knee, sometimes a wrist, all before we're doing anything.
Wow.
So you leave school, kind of shift into that pseudo-athletic trainer hat for a little bit. I really appreciate Chantel, teaching me some different techniques and tips for taping. But it's even, sometimes you're your own handyman. I have a ratchet wrench, and we're trying to bolt down the bar set to make sure it's not going to be bouncing too much. Or today we rearranged balance beams in the gym. So WD-40 and duct tape go a long way in a gymnastics facility.
She
You'd be
knows
surprised.
WD-40, Watson. How about that?
I got a feeling she can do a lot of different things.
I think so.
I think so.
When you travel to these Western places or Western schools, whatever you want to say, for these meets. Do they have trainers there for you for accessibility? I mean, can you access their trainers is what I'm trying to say. Because I know Chantel is probably stuck back here, but.
Yeah, when we travel, especially to places like Dickinson, Bismarck, Mandan area, Minot, all of the teams are really great about having an athletic trainer on site. It might not be right away at the beginning of warm-up, but for at least the duration of the competition itself. And that's been huge for us. And not just my team, but other teams. You know, unfortunately, it's the reality of athletics today. You know, you witness injuries throughout the course of the season. But it's great to be able to have, you know, Sanford Health or CHI or St. Alexius or Essentia across the state supporting high school athletics and student safety. There have been times when, you know, all we need is a bag of ice, but there have also been times where it's like, oh, maybe tweaked a knee during warm-up. Can someone take a look at it? Maybe the current taping technique we're using isn't working anymore. So it is really great that where my knowledge taps out, there's always someone else more qualified to be able to step in.
What's next?
What's next? We go to Fargo on Friday. We're going to compete against 9 teams at Fargo. The following week, we're headed out to Mandan, and then we head to Jamestown, and we cap off the month of January with a home meet. Again, we host Dickinson.
Yeah, that's right.
And then it's really kind of quick before we wrap up our season. We have 2 more meets. We'll end up going out to Jamestown again, and we'll go to Mandan one more time. And then we host the EDC tournament.
So the EDC will be here.
Yep, EDC will be here again this year. It's a dual tournament between us and Fargo, given the nature of EDC currently. But it's a really good meet. I think any coach, again, will tell you there's certain advantages of competing on your home turf, to say. But having a certain degree of familiarity with our gym equipment, what the floor feels like, you know, how grippy the bars are, I think it really does give the girls a certain sense of comfortability going into EDC.
Absolutely.
So we're excited to see what those scores could look like. And then we head out on the 27th and 28th of February to Dickinson to cap off our season for state.
And that's getting close to seeding time, I suppose.
It is. We're about halfway through our season currently. So every Wednesday, if you go to the NDHSAA website, or if you go to Wahpeton's website, you click on activities, you find gymnastics down there at the bottom of the list. It'll kick you over to the state website. And they do a spreadsheet sort every Wednesday at 9 a.m. So after each meet, each coach is responsible for going on and adding our scores for each athlete across the event and the all-around.
Okay.
At state, the top 30 girls in the all-around and then the top 40 girls in each event get to compete on individual day. So the Saturday of state is individual day. And then the top 8 teams in the state get to compete for team day. And currently we are ranking in the top 8 teams. So halfway through the season, kind of getting a feel for where we might end at. We're really excited as a team. This will be the first time in the last 3 years. It'll be our second time likely qualifying as a team to compete at state. So
look at you go.
Thank you. We're excited about it, hoping for an
That's
EDC
awesome.
championship and then going on and competing at state as a team this year.
That's pretty cool. V-Dub, you got anything?
I do have a question.
Yes.
For someone who's not been to a gymnastics meet, like what's the flow? Like if I go to a meet, what can I expect? Like what's the layout? How does it work? You know, we go to a basketball game, we know there's 4 quarters and you know, there's a starting lineup and all this stuff. Like what's the flow of a gymnastics meet?
That's a great question. At a gymnastics meet, we always start with a march-in, and it's usually to like the Olympic theme. It's really dramatic, and the girls all march out, you know, by team in line, and they each get introduced, and they all do, you know, like their little team salutes as they get introduced by their coaching staff. And then we break off to events. And so there's 4 events happening simultaneously at a meet. The only time that we go event by event is on individual day at state. And so each girl, you know, gets her moment, her 90 seconds, like on this state level stage to compete at that event. But at an in-season meet, all 4 events are happening simultaneously. So something that as a gymnastics coach we really have to train our athletes for is how are you keeping yourself in your own mental headspace? Because you might be on beam and focus best in silence, but there's nothing we can do to prevent floor music from blaring or from a team cheering their girl on vault or on bars. So it's never dull, it's never boring. If you get tired of watching floor, you just pivot your body a little bit and you're watching bars routines, you're watching beam. The teams will rotate through. We have rotations set up, so sometimes if there's 4 teams, you know, there's a team on each event. If there's more, you have a bye, you just sit out for an event while another team jumps in. But we're always moving. As soon as an event opens, the next person is on it to just kind of keep the speed flowing. And then it's usually about a 5-minute delay at the end of the meet before we do awards. Google Score Sheets has been a huge game changer in the last 3 years for live scoring. Even if you can't be there, even if there's not a live stream, we always share live scoring on our Facebook page, so you can just follow the Google Sheets, and on the spreadsheet, you just find your athlete's number in the school, and you can see in real time what they're scoring, what the judges are inputting for their scores on each event.
Is there a true home court advantage? I know you were talking about being familiar with different apparatuses and things like that. So is there a true home court advantage then too as well?
I would confidently argue yes. Maybe not to the same extent on every event, but I would say your biggest advantages are going to be on beam and on floor. For example, the girls really like Jamestown's floor. They say it feels a lot like our floor. They get a lot of feedback from the springs underneath the floor. The girls really dread, unfortunately, going to the meet this Friday. The spring floor is put in the Butler Arena at the Red River Valley Fairgrounds, and it is on a cold concrete floor all day. And the springs are cold. It feels like a hard floor because the springs are giving as much feedback. The texture of a balance beam can also be a really big kind of deal breaker sometimes for girls. But that brings then, part of the difficulty of the sport is you get comfortable training on your stuff all week, but you have to be good enough to walk into any situation of equipment and still execute what the skill is. You have to have that level of prowess, of ability, of confidence, that even if you don't love the beam you're on, the bars you're on, you have to be able to pull it off.
Still bring it.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. I mean, like it's the same as a basketball floor. Like the floors are different, even though they're wood or whatever. Rims are different. Some are softer than others. So I don't know. It's pretty cool.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
And I would say, when you sit here, and we could go on for another 20 minutes, but we won't. But you could go to like a Simone Biles, but then at that level, I'm sure there's a lot of requirements, restrictions, X's and O's that go into putting that floor in for.
A lot of times they are, and they're always in a much nicer facility. And I think, not to get into, like you said, the details of it, but the biggest thing is just temperature. We know things harden up when they get cold and they soften up when they get warm. The warmer the gym, generally, the more feedback we get from the equipment. And in a sport like gymnastics, you're looking for feedback. You want the bounce to be able to happen.
Feedback. Got that?
I got the feedback's not good in what we do.
I was going to say, probably not in your line. You don't want feedback happening. Mike's too close together.
All right. Thank you, Grace.
Of course,
Have
thank
a coffee
you.
on us out there at the
I appreciate
Caribou
it.
Travel Center out there, and appreciate you coming in and spending some time. And
Thank you.
we'll see you next week.
We'll see you guys next week. Thank you for having me.
All right, thanks again. Grace Brandt, head coach of the BW Storm Gymnastics Squad. BW Storm Wrestling for the girls. Trayton Hout coming up next here, right here on Three Borders Sports Network. Stay with us, everybody.
Safety net for your family, your home, and your business. Carlson Family Insurance Agency is your local auto owner's insurance provider. At Carlson Family Insurance, they work for their clients, not the companies. Customer service and satisfaction is their /1 goal. Give Carlson Family Insurance a call for all of your personal, farm, business, and crop insurance needs. 701-672-6002 or at cfiagency.com. Carlson Family Insurance, your auto owner's insurance agent.
Every morning, we start our day with a purpose. To care for each other. Beyond hospital or clinic walls. Helping people feel seen and heard. Because family, friends, and community mean everything to us.
This is who we are, and this is what we care about.
Hey there! So we have 30 seconds to tell you why you should be a member of FCCU.
First Community Credit Union is member-owned.
But aren't all financials member-owned?
Nope, they're not.
Many have stockholders that drive decisions.
As a credit union, we put our members first.
As a matter of fact,
That means all the money that we make
cha-ching.
gets reinvested back to you, our member owners.
So come see why.
Life is better with community at First Community Credit Union.
Comdel Innovation is now hiring production technicians for a variety of shifts with opportunities to make $20 or more per hour. Work in a clean, climate-controlled facility. Second shift, 4 10-hour days, every weekend off, 3:30 p.m. to 2 a.m., and 4-crew rotation, straight days, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., or straight nights, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Apply in person or online at ComdelInnovation.com. Comdel Innovation of Wahpeton, an employee-owned company.
Every business begins.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Giants Coaches Show, and it's brought to you by Red River Communications and Cable Channel 28. Red River Communications, internet with a human touch. I'm Joe. He's Brian.
Now, don't make the new guy nervous.
I already
It's
prepped
his
him. I
first
just
time
kind of
here.
said I'm going to be easy on him.
I know it's his first time here. Don't ask any hard questions.
No.
Okay. And so we
I don't
want to
know.
make sure that he wants to come back. Okay?
Did Chad offer you a beverage out there?
Yeah,
Chad?
they did. He did? Chad did.
All right.
Yards did.
Yard's still sitting there on his
Yard's
thumb?
still sitting there eating pretzels.
Okay.
That's what he does.
There he goes. Yeah, he just put him on camera there because he just got back with a cupful right there. See? There he's got a cupful right there.
Are you sure?
Not just pretzels, huh?
Come on, Yards.
All right.
All right. Here we
Let's
go.
go. We're running behind, so I got to get going.
I'm blaming you for that, not me.
Adam
I
Ortman
got
just
everything
stepped
going.
in,
So
and then you're last, so we don't
I
care
know.
about
We're
you.
to my left. He's coming back though. So.
Oh, is he?
Brian, is
Yeah.
everything still
Okay.
working?
Everything is still working. We did not have the black cloud effect today.
BW Storm girls wrestling, our first time with head coach Trayton Hout. Trayton, thanks for joining us.
Yep, thanks for letting me on.
Appreciate you coming in and spending some time with us. Before we get started here, talking about some girls wrestling, let's just find out a little bit about Trayton Hout.
No.
Where's home?
Here.
You live
Across the good side of the river.
in,
but
in
yeah.
Breckenridge? Okay.
Yep.
And how long you're a lifelong resident of Breckenridge?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I'm out of town, over in Foxholm. That's
I was
where
going to say, aren't you from the
Yep.
Houts are in Foxholm, aren't
Yep.
they? Yep. That's
So
what I thought.
family farm out there. That's what I do for a living. And
Yeah.
Mhm.
Family lives out there yet. Okay, so let's go back. So what do you do for a real job? What's your day
Farming.
job? So you're a
Yep.
farmer full
Yep.
time.
Yep. Just
Okay.
me and my dad now. Grandpa's kind of out of it and just.
I think I knew your grandpa.
Yeah, everybody does in this town.
Yeah. So, okay, how to wrestling? How did you get into that? Did you wrestle yourself as a high schooler?
Yep. Yep. I started when I was in first grade. I
Oh,
had
man.
some cousins that wrestled and kind of just started in on it and just fell in love
Can
with
I
it.
ask
then.
what year you graduated?
2016.
16 you graduated?
Yep.
Okay. So you've been out of it a few years. So how long have you been involved with, say, even any assistant coaching wrestling, or did you do youth wrestling, or what did you do? How did you get into this is what I'm trying to ask.
After I graduated, I would always come back into the room on spare time when I'm back from Christmas break and all that.
Like Ryan was talking, Aaron Dykey comes back in, helps out, so you do that too.
Yep,
as well.
I did that. And then once I graduated college, I came in when we were still at Breckenridge.
Okay.
Helped assistant coach there when Daniel Erlinson was a senior.
Oh,
and
sure, yeah.
Was basically his practice partner through that whole year. And
Oh,
then
lucky you.
The next year we joined together in BW Storm and
was
on the assistant side of that for 2 years. And then the girls got their team and I said
So
I'd
the
be
girls
interested
have
in
had,
that.
what, 2 years, 3 years?
This is their third year.
This is their third year of girls, so you've had it for that long as far as the head coaching part of it. Is that something, I mean, did you see yourself doing girls coaching? I mean, did it just come along and they said, hey, do you want to do this, Trayton? or-
I didn't really see it, but the opportunity arose, and I said, "Yeah, I will step up
I'll
and do
step
that."
up and do
Yep.
that. That's pretty cool. All right, so let's go back to that first year of coaching. How many girls did you have then?
We had 3.
3 girls?
Yep.
And now you have?
We're at 11.
3 years later, you have 11.
Yep, we just about double every year.
So that's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
I would say that's pretty good.
Yep.
All right, so let's talk about the girls themselves for a little bit here, if you can, off the top of your head. I know I didn't prep you to come in with that kind of information, but just talk about the girls there. I don't think you have any seniors, do you?
We have 1 senior.
1 senior. Okay,
Yep.
so go ahead and talk.
Yep, our senior is Grace Gazowski. She was one of the original 3 that decided
okay.
to come out for wrestling and kind of form the team.
Okay, so she was one of the original 3.
Yep.
All right.
Yep, she's our senior. She's at 112 right now, so
okay.
She's good wrestler, just great captain for the team. Very positive team forward girl there, and she's a big recruiter for getting the girls out, which is what we needed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good for her. And then you got any juniors? I'm assuming you do.
Yep.
I know you got one.
Yeah, we actually have 2 seniors. I forgot. Yep. One just came back out a couple weeks ago, and it's Elizabeth Cherry. She was with last year, got injured, and kind of couldn't make it back. But talked to her after the season got started and got her to come back, and
she's feeling pretty good. So I'm going to come back out again.
Yep.
Well, that's good.
So what you got to do is just got to keep nudging and come back, and
Yep. All right. So then, what do you got for juniors? Can you do that off the top of your head?
Yeah, I think so. I think 3 juniors. I think.
All right.
Claire Lathrop, she was one of the original 3
Remember
also.
that name, yeah.
Yep. She's starting to really turn it on now. Coming around the corner, really picking things up quick this 3rd year.
Okay.
And her practice partner is Aubrey Bozen.
Okay.
She's one of my little cousins.
Yep, I knew that. Yep.
And she's our top dog kind of. She's 20-5 on the season now, and I was just looking at the rankings, still ranked 7th at her weight.
And you guys wrestle in the EDC as well?
Yep, we're
Okay. All right.
EDC. Yep.
She's ranked where?
7th at her weight.
7th at her weight, okay.
Yep, so those 2 are practice partners, so they can really push each other, which is really good for their development of each other. And our other junior is Avalyn Wold. She's a first-year wrestler.
Okay.
Her dad was one of the youth coaches last few years, and she finally came out, and she's real scrappy.
So this is her first year?
Yep, this is her first year.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. And then any sophomores or anybody else you want to mention here, underclassmen?
I think there's one sophomore, another first-year girl, Gabby Hendrickson.
Okay.
She's another feisty one, just kind of trying to get the basics down with a lot of these beginner girls.
Let's talk about the meets a little bit for girls. Do you have as many weight classes as the boys? Is there as many from? I think the smallest for boys is 107, and then it goes up to heavyweight, obviously.
Yep.
But do you have the same range for girls too?
Yep, the range is a little different, but it's the same number of weight classes. 13.
Same number.
Yep.
Okay.
So there's 13 weight classes. The girls start at 100, and then work up in increments of 6 up until a certain point, and then they start getting a little bigger of a
Spread out.
stretch.
Okay.
So it goes all the way from 100 to 250 for heavyweight.
How many classes were there then? You said?
13.
13.
Yep.
So out of those 13, what do you normally fill in a meet for the girls? Right now with just 11 girls there, how many do you?
They're all spaced out where we can fill 11 weights.
You can?
Yep.
So they're all different amounts of weights that you can spread them out a little bit. That works out. So that works out pretty good then. You can compete just about in every weight class at every meet then.
Yep, and that was kind of our problem with our scheduling from last year to this year was we only had 6 last year, so to be able to compete in the duels, you have to have 7 girls at each weight to be able to compete. That's under the North Dakota High School League rules.
All right.
So once we found out we had 11 girls and we were able to fill weights, then I started reaching out to some coaches and tried to line up a few more dual meets. And we actually got one dual meet for our home meet here. So that's going to be January 29th. So we'll duel before the boys.
I think we've got that on our schedule, I think.
Because that's the parents and senior night for
Yeah,
all
I think
of
we've
us.
got that on our schedule to do the 29th. I think you got something else going on there, B-Dub, but I think we're covering that one, I think, if I remember correctly.
We might be busy on the 29th. I hope that we are.
You're supposed to play, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I'm doing the game over there, and Noel's got your game.
Yeah.
Okay. Looking at the EDC Wrestling website, there's 6 schools there?
Yep, well, it's girls wrestling, it's not Class A and Class B, it's all one class.
Oh, there's no like Lisbon or nobody like that?
So it's instead of that Class B region, whatever it is, it's all EDC and WDA.
Really? I didn't know that. I guess I didn't realize that. I hadn't looked at it and researched it long enough there. So
I know there's talks about it, but that's years down the
I
road
bet.
of
Till they
switching,
get numbers, I
switching to
suppose.
the classes and stuff. But that's years down the road once the girls really grow.
So did some of the girls go to the Rumble in Red?
Yep.
And how did that go?
Yep. We had one placer, Aubrey. She placed 7th at her weight. It was only varsity for the girls, which was a tough ask. I gave them all the option. If they didn't want to wrestle this big tournament, they didn't have to, but they all said yes. The ones that were there, not out sick.
Everybody
over the
physically,
holiday.
I mean, feeling pretty good then?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, a
So
few
everybody-
bumps and bruises there, but
Oh,
it's
yeah.
wrestling, and
Yep,
they
that's
understand they're going to be sore. But
Yep.
Rumble on the Red, they all came.
Aubrey placed 7th, though. That's pretty
Yep.
good. Yeah, I'm sure there was quite a few girls in that.
Yep, I think she had one of the smaller brackets, but 30 girls. But they were all the ones that placed were all ranked ones in North Dakota and
Sure.
Minnesota ones and South Dakota ones. But all the girls that came there, they all had one win, which was really good to see.
They all got at least one
Yep.
anyway. That's good.
Mhm.
And you're going out to Bismarck as well with the boys this weekend?
Yep.
And taking everybody out there again?
Yep.
Okay. So it's going to be a good one out there. And then you got duels coming up. Nope, you got a Lisbon tourney on the 17th.
Yep.
So the weekend after that. Then you got a Central Cass duel after that, the way it looks, huh?
Yep, that'll be a triangle between Central Cass and then Fargo Public, which is north, south, Davies.
Oh, wow.
That area.
Oh, they're all together, huh?
Yep.
Well, that'd
So
be-
those bigger schools, when they combine, they get a lot of girls.
Well, I
and-
bet they can.
Mhm.
It just seems kind of odd right now, but I guess I'll keep my thoughts to myself
Yeah.
on that one. But that's how they do it, I guess.
Yep.
B-Dub, you got anything up there for me?
I do have a question.
All right, go ahead.
I'm going to ask him the question that I always get asked. Easier to coach girls or coach boys?
Girls listen a lot better, I'll tell you that right now.
I do. I think it's easier to coach girls. It just seems like girls want to learn.
Yeah.
I don't want to say
I believe that.
certain things about boys, but I feel like girls, they want the information and
believe that.
they want to know what they need to do in order to get better. So that's I
Yeah,
agree.
I believe that.
Yeah, there's different aspects. And
Yeah.
Boys versus girls, and there's some harder spots with girls versus boys, but it's as much of a learning curve for me coaching them as it is for them.
I would agree.
Wrestling.
Yep. Yep. All right. Oh, Trayton, I got to get you a coffee too. Get you a coffee out there at the Wahpeton Travel Center out there at the Cenex. Get a free coffee or free drink of any kind out there
Thank
from
you.
Emily and the girls, and enjoy that. We appreciate you coming in.
Yeah, thanks for bringing me on.
Did we scare you, or are you going to come
No,
back again?
I'll come back.
All right. We'll. I think we're going to have a show next week, so we'll send out the invite again like we did today. So, all right, Trayton Hout, BW Storm girls wrestling coach. I think we got BW's Blades. I got to switch names here. It goes from Storm to Blades. We got the BW Blades head coach Adam Ortsema coming up next to talk about some blade hockey. We'll be right back.
With an idea. With dedication, hard work, and high-speed broadband, that idea can grow into something giant. The member organizations that form BAND are proud to support North Dakota businesses every step of the way, from the soil to the stadium. The Broadband Association of North Dakota, helping North Dakotans grow bright ideas into big business.
Having the right insurance team will change the way you view insurance. Hi, this is Amanda from State Farm. My staff and I believe insurance is a tool that can help you plan for what can go wrong so you can focus and invest in what can go right.
Amanda and her team are dedicated to serving you and the community. They are local, committed, and a trusted insurance team. See why they've been voted Best Insurance Agency 7 years and counting.
Come see us. We'd love a chance to work with you too.
Smith Motors in Wahpeton, our goal is to find the vehicle that fits you, both in lifestyle and budget. Do more with the spacious GMC Acadia, the powerful, always dependable Chevy Silverado, or the rugged, hardworking GMC Sierra. Since 1960, Smith Motors has provided an excellent automotive experience featuring high-quality service and low-pressure sales. Chevrolet or GMC, the selection is great, and if we don't have it, we'll find it for you. Smith Motors, small-town friendly, big-town...
Well, yeah, we can see ourselves. Welcome back, everybody, to the Giants Coaches Show, brought to you by Giant Seeds and Snacks, and also brought to you in part by Red River Communications, cable channel 28. And
I have a complaint.
I didn't ask you for
I
anything.
know, but I have a complaint. Yards is eating all the snacks.
Well, I know he does.
He's having all the snacks and he's not sharing them with anyone.
No, didn't even offer anything to Adam.
No,
or
he
nothing?
did not. I don't know what's going on, Yards, but you got to fix that, dude. Okay?
He's supposed to be the host in the green room. Not
I know he's
eating it
supposed
all.
to be the green room host. He's not supposed to eat all the snacks.
Chad's the green room host. I'm a backup.
He's a backup. They're watching basketball over there.
God.
I don't know.
Yeah, they got basketball on the screen over there.
And then the other thing I wanted to say that now that Wertzema's here, we have the sweater or the BW Blades
I see
jersey
that.
up there.
Yeah, it's good to
So
see.
that's in your honor.
Thank
we
you,
wanted to make
appreciate
sure
that.
that we were
Yep.
correct when he got here. So there you go. We got the Cowgirls jersey up there for Bogey too.
Yeah,
he
Bogey
didn't
didn't say
even notice.
No.
That's how Bogey is.
And we had the Storm Wrestling onesie here.
Exactly. We're trying to.
Adam was impressed that we had a monitor that we could
I
see
know. We're
ourselves
trying to
on.
represent everybody. Like, we can't show everybody. One day we'll have to give a tour of.
Well, we're going to have an open house someday.
We'll have to give a tour of the studio so
Yeah,
that
well,
everybody
we will
can
have
see
an
what's
open
going
house.
on
We-
down here.
yeah,
So that
we're
when we
going-
talk,
we're running
we know.
behind here. But
he's last before me. We got plenty.
I
of
know,
time.
but I'm just saying, we're going to have an open house. Yards just give me hell because you say that all the time. Well, we are going to do it, but we got to get things completed.
Nah, I don't know about that. We could just have people in, to have a little party,
have a little Christmas party.
Well, we can't have a
late
Christmas
now?
party now. Christmas
okay.
is done.
What's coming up?
Mardi Gras.
Valentine's Day.
Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras.
Yeah, Steelers playoff game coming up.
Steelers playoff game.
There you go.
Yep.
We got plenty of TV
You can take that
screens.
in. Maybe we can put the Vikings. Wait a minute. We can't put the Vikings playoff game on. That's not going to happen.
Not nice.
So Steelers, there. What we do is we get coaches fired. That's what we do.
Well,
that's what we do.
if it wouldn't have been,
what are you going to say?
If it would have been a made field goal instead of wide right,
it was not the
It probably
Steelers'
would have been
fault.
Tomlin hitting the
Nah, I don't know
suitcase.
about that.
I will say I watched that ending, and as a Vikings fan, I enjoyed it.
I did
Because
too.
To see another team go through that was
You
cool.
probably yeah. Vikings fans feel what the Ravens went through with the kicker.
Absolutely.
So, and Bears fan too, for that matter. But
And
hey,
Bills.
it is what it is. And Bills.
Yeah.
It was wide right.
It was right.
Yep, exactly. I know. Let's get on. We're behind. Let's go.
All right, let's go. BW Blades head coach Adam Wertzema joining us here. Adam, Happy New Year. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thanks. It's good to get on. I wish I could have gotten here before the new year, but here
That's
we
all right.
are.
Here we are. We had Christmas and New Year's there, so this is our first show after the first of the year. And BW Blades sitting right now, coach at 2-7-1. Probably not where you wanted to be here to start the year, I suppose, or at this point of the season.
Yeah, I think if we were to go back and expect where we'd be at this point in the season, we probably think we'd be in a different spot. But that's athletics, you know. And one thing I will say is, last year we made our first run to the Final Four of the section, and I don't think we're taken lightly anymore by other teams either. So
no, that's true.
We got to be ready, and I don't know. It's sports. You kind of go through ups and downs, and I think we're on the precipice of kind of breaking through here, because hockey's a funny game, If you're scoring, it's great, and sometimes that goes away. And we've kind of just had some guys a little snake bitten. We're getting our opportunities, but we're just not putting the puck in the net.
And I'm going to go back, and I didn't pre-warn you about this or anything, but I'm going to go back a little bit here, and I think the date was December 29th, and you were up at that, wasn't it up? No, you were in Fergus.
We were in
for a
Fergus
tournament.
Falls, yeah.
And I saw on your schedule that you were going to play Fargo South Shanley, and I'm just being honest, I cringed, and I thought, oh my God, this is not going to be good. And by God, you played them to a 4-4 tie. When I saw that on the news, actually it was on the sports channel the other night, or that day.
Yeah,
I guess.
WY Extra, they had the whole tournament. So
Yeah. And I saw that it was a 4-4 tie, and it's like, well, that's pretty damn good.
Yeah, we came out. I think we can really literally play with anyone. We actually this year for the second time, we went to a preseason scrimmage in East Grand Forks, and we scrimmaged the defending state champs in Minnesota, East Grand Forks.
Yeah.
And then we scrimmaged the defending champs in North Dakota,
Oh,
the
man.
Grand Forks Central Knights. And we hung with them. We had good scrimmages, right?
Wow.
So at the start, I think it's quite one thing to try and keep games close and to be competitive, but then it's another thing. You got to rise to another level to beat teams. So I think as a group, we're learning that. That's just a part of the maturation process. I think if I were to be honest, I think there's guys in the locker room that are frustrated, but you just got to keep working. You just keep working through those things. We'll get paid off. I know it's going to come, so we're staying positive. But we have a bulk of our schedule coming through right now in the next 2 weeks, where I think we're going to get on a roll here, and we got some teams that I think we can play well against and get some confidence going.
I didn't print your schedule out that far, but before we get talking about what's coming up, let's talk about what happened. Was it last night? Wadena Deer Creek, you made the trip out there and come away with a nice win.
Yeah, we got
a section full.
Yeah, we got on them early. We got a goal in the first period, and then the second period kind of was back and forth, 3-3, and then third period our guys were able to it was kind of one of those games where it's just like the bounces all go against you. We were working hard. I'd say we probably had the puck possession by at least 70-80%, right? And so just guys are getting opportunities, and it's funny though, when you get opportunities and you don't score, you start to you start to grip the stick a little tighter, and things just don't go your way. So I have a feeling, tomorrow night we go to Morris Benson, and we played them earlier in the season, had a great showing against them. So I think that'll be another section game, and if we can finish the sweep with them, I think things will really start rolling here.
Yeah, you had a nice 7-2 win against Morris Benson there earlier, so now you had to make the road trip is all, and that's the only difference, so hopefully you can come away with another nice win there.
And one thing that's nice is all these teams we have played at the beginning of the season here, we do get another crack at them here at the end. Almost every team we play twice, so we're going to be excited to see some of these teams again. And I think if you go through our schedule, I think almost every game is either a one goal or we've given up an empty netter, and that's basically a one-goal game. We just have to pull the goalies. So, but guys are, we're getting the same output from kind of the similar names: Jackson Lopez, Easton Nepple, Josh Hoffman, Grayson Cassidy. They're the kind of the guys putting the points up on the board. But I think, defensively is just an area where we've struggled. Sometimes we've just had these few lapses, and for whatever reason, they're ending up in the back of the net. So, but as a coaching staff, we're trying to stay positive and just. You just got to keep coaching through this. I know B-Dub's probably been through it where, maybe the shots aren't falling and you get frustrated. That doesn't mean the season's over. You just got to get through it. And then,
You just got to keep playing. That's all you got to do. You got to get the same shots. Maybe you'll make them.
I didn't print off your whole schedule, but again, you got a couple of road games. Like you said, you're going to Morris tomorrow night, Morris Benson tomorrow night. Then you got Park Rapids next week, and then
we got Park Rapids twice next weekend.
Yeah, you're at and then home.
Yeah, so it's going to be a little
on 2 different days.
Yeah, Park Rapids series next week.
I guess
we go there. Then
it is
here.
Tuesday, Thursday.
Kind of be like a college weekend series, right?
Yeah,
so that'll be fun. That was a rescheduled game because of that snowstorm that came through in December. So.
And Park Rapids, those should, no, they're not section games, are they?
No, they are conference games, though.
But they're conference
they'll
games.
Be important.
And Kitson Central isn't a conference game or a section game either.
No,
is it?
It is not.
So you'll get back into the section games a little bit later on, and
and then our section has changed. It went from 8 teams to 9 teams.
Yep.
And then Sartell, which they were a AA program last year, so they played with the big boys, all the Moorheads, Edinas, and all them. So now they're in our section, so they'll be a tough one. And then Little Falls came into our section also, which they're a good team, and I think we got them twice on our schedule this year, which is nice. So our schedule is tougher this year too, I will say.
Okay.
We've added a couple teams that will bulk it up and make it a little tougher. So.
Yeah. And as you say that, when I saw Sartell at the top of the section standings, even though they haven't played a game in the section yet, and I saw them up there, and I thought, well, that doesn't look right. But they're new to the section this year, so they dropped down. Huh?
They have a very competitive schedule. They're playing mostly AA teams this season, so they're going to be a tough team. But I think we just got to take one game at a time and get into the section tournament, and hopefully we can run into them.
Make that run again.
Right.
It was a fun one last year when you guys.
And that's the nice thing about the section tournament is, obviously for seeding purposes, everyone gets to make it. So you really got to just be playing your best hockey in February, and that's where we were last year. And I know we can get back there.
I know that's what B-Dub says all the time there too. B-Dub, you always say it's not what you do during the year; it's that last game of the season. And
I don't think it matters what sport it is. You're using the regular season to try and get better with every game, and then when you get down to the end. It's about playing your best, whatever, hockey or basketball or whatever, at the end of the season, come playoff time, and that's what it is. You have to have that mentality going forward.
Well, Adam, you better go out and get your coffee over at the Travel Center out here in Wahpeton and get a free coffee for Emily and the crew. And
awesome.
Just get that done out there, and good luck tomorrow down in Morris Benson.
Perfect. Thank you.
Look forward to talking to you again soon.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
All right, Coach. Thanks a lot.
Yep.
All right, that's Adam Ortsma, head coach of the BW Blades hockey team, and we'll be right back here with none other than the one and only Brian Watson.
I'm not even going to comment.
We'll be right back.
Getting you back to what you love. We are Optimum Rehab. For over a decade, Dr. Tony Eggeman has provided physical therapy services for the people of Wahpeton, Breckenridge, and surrounding communities. We're a small practice that sees our patients as individuals. Through hands-on techniques, our patients have their treatment plans tailored to their exact needs. Sprains, sore muscles, back pain, achy joints, rehab following surgery, you name it. Optimum Rehab is your answer. When you need exceptional physical therapy, you need Optimum Rehab.
We know switching banks takes time. But what if we told you that at Bell Bank, we have a team that knows you by name?
Worth it.
Or real people that answer the phone within 22 seconds.
Worth it.
A bank that you can trust that will never hit you with sneaky fees?
It's so worth it.
Switch and see why Bell Bank is worth it. Bell Bank, member FDIC.
Minn Kota Ag Products has helped farmers with all their agricultural needs as the farming industry has expanded. They provide farmers with all their chemical, fertilizer, seed, grain, and elevator needs. They also offer deep band tillage, chemical application, and fertilizer application, just to name a few. Proud to be a partner in your operation since 1941. Download the MKAP Grower 360 app from your app store today to see current market prices, your tickets, and any essential information for your operation. Thanks for all your hard work.
At Interstate Engineering, we're more than engineers and surveyors. We're partners in building stronger communities. For 50 years, we've partnered with communities across the Great Plains region, from airports to water systems, transportation to recreation. Our team delivers innovative solutions with integrity, loyalty, and a passion for helping others. Interstate Engineering, improving life, one community at a time.
Since 1987, Red River Valley and Western Railroad has served North Dakota and Minnesota with over 500 miles of track. Red River Valley and Western handles shipping, freight car repair, storage options, and now transload services. With over 30 years of experience in the railroad industry, they know dependable service is what you strive for. Red River Valley and Western is proud to be a part of the community since 1987.
What does primary care mean to us? At Sanford Health, it means being there when and where you need it most. It means building a relationship, because when a provider really knows you, they can deliver the best care for every aspect of your health and your life. So what does primary care mean for you? It means understanding your health for today and for where you're headed next. It means a lifetime of care for a lifetime of you.
No matter.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Giants Coaches Show, and it's presented to you by Red River Communications and Cable Channel 28. Red River Communications, internet with a human touch. I'm Joe Schreiner. He is Brian Watson, and that is Chad Affield.
Why does
Chad?
Yes. Why does Chad get to be in the chair now?
Because he used to coach volleyball once upon a time.
We're not talking about
I coach
volleyball right
and
now.
basketball.
Is he going to be like Ed McMahon now? Is that you just gonna laugh a little
I worked
bit?
pretty hard back there tonight. Watch, you'd be proud of me back there.
You did?
Keeping yards in line. I mean, it was a
Yards
full-time
didn't
job.
do Yards
He's
didn't.
the next Aaron Andrews.
It got to be a full
Yards
house.
didn't do anything. I'm
It
really
got-
disappointed.
We got
in
one
Yards.
Aaron Andrews. That's
It got,
enough.
yeah,
right
it got
now.
to be a full house.
I
back
know. We need more seating.
I know.
Bigger store.
We're gonna have to take out another wall.
Take out another.
We're gonna have to take out another wall.
No.
We might have to.
No.
I think we might.
No.
Although we can't because the electrical's
Yeah.
down there.
Yeah.
Joe's contracting skills don't go past electrical. I had to do the electrical here, so
Yeah, I didn't want to do nothing with electrical.
I'm like, I'll tackle that. Now, that's not on record, is it?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. We didn't say nothing on there.
I was talking about that.
Do not pay attention to
Right.
the man behind the curtain.
Pay attention to the man behind the curtain.
All right, everybody. Brian Watson joins us now. He's head coach of the Wahpeton Lady Huskies basketball squad and came off just a recent win last night. We'll talk about that in a minute. And B-Dub right now, the girls coming in here at, what are you now, 3-5, I believe?
Something like that.
3-4.
Yeah, 3-4.
3-4. So
Trying to get back to 500.
are you happy at 3-4? Obviously not, but to a point.
I'm
Is it where you
happy
thought
with-
you would be?
What's that?
Is it where you thought you would be?
I mean, no coach is going to say
You want to be 7-0?
right. I want to be undefeated. No coach is going to say whatever. But I'm happy with where we are. Sure, I
Yeah.
think that.
Well,
I
you
think
had a-
that. I mean, considering the youth of our team,
I was just going to say.
Considering that, yeah, I'm happy. You know, I think we had some learning that we needed to get done, and I think that we're playing pretty good basketball coming off of last night. And I think as we talk about these games here, there's some similarities within the games, but then there may be one thing that we did better that helped us win games.
All right, so let's go back to Devil's Lake. And,
Okay.
And I guess that's where I was going with that question or that comment was the youth of your squad and how you were, you know, if you'd have started the beginning of the season, I said you'd be 3-4. Would you have taken that? Would you say, no, we should have been 4-3, should have been 5-2, could have been 7-0, like Chad said?
We could easily have 2 more wins for sure.
Okay.
Okay, I will say that.
All right, and one of them being Devil's Lake.
One of them being Devil's Lake.
Yeah, Devil's Lake was a tough loss, a 3-point loss there, and that's one that I think we talked about it in the postgame show that basically got away from you.
I mean, yeah, I mean, we did. If we go and we look at stats, there's a lot of things that we did really well, and that's been the case with even some of the games that haven't been so close that we've lost. That I feel like, you know, you after the game you go, geez, we didn't do this, we didn't do that, but then when we go and we look at the stats, you're like, oh, you know what, we actually played okay, with the exception of a few things. And in the case of Devil's Lake, if we go back and we look at the stats, you know, we didn't shoot it overly well. We've shot it better, but we did a lot of good things in that game. But the thing that killed us is that we didn't make free throws. And for the most part, if you were to ask some of the EDC coaches about us and shooting free throws, they'd be like, geez, you don't want to send those guys to the free throw line. Because we typically make free throws. And we make a lot of free throws in practice. We do. We put girls under a lot of pressure and a little bit of stress. We try and shoot them when we're tired, things like that. And we make them in practice. But for whatever reason, we've had a few games where we haven't been able to make free throws. And we were 50% from the free throw line against Devil's Lake. And we lost the game by 3. We were 7-14. Now, we sent them to the free throw line a little bit too much. They didn't make as many, but we sent them there 20 times, and we don't want to do that. They only made 9, but we lost by 3, and you know we left some points on the board as far as the free throw line goes, and also we missed some easy shots too. There's some shots that we would like to have back that you know we'd say, hey, we'd like to
and I think
take those.
If I remember right, a couple of them were in transition too.
Some in transition, some passed into the post too as well, and some of that is trying to play within ourselves. I think when you were talking to Bogey, he was talking about you want to play up tempo, but sometimes you play too fast. Well, yeah, sometimes we're trying to force the action, get some steals, but then we kind of go too fast and we speed up and we don't go in there, come to a jump stop and take a good shot and try and make it. We just try and get away from the defender as fast as we can, and then we kind of throw it up there. Well, that's not really a good shot.
Yep.
But I think that we're learning as we go along. You know, some of the good things that we've had happen, especially against Devils Lake, is we have a lot of girls scoring, a lot of different girls scoring. You know, against Devils Lake, we had 8 girls score.
Yep.
You know, there's been times in the past where maybe we only have 2 or 3 girls really score. You know, and we had 2 girls in double figures against Devils Lake. Piper led us with 15. Claire Woods had 13, and then we got 7 from Ashlyn Max, and you know, and we got 9 from Claire Langenwalter. You know, so to be able to get points from multiple players, I think is good for us for a young team where we're not. I think at the beginning of the season we were kind of looking around. Hey, where's that girl that like if we talk about last year? Where's Scout at, or where's Howley at to come and get the basketball? And now we're kind of looking around. We figured out we don't have to look for one girl. We have a bunch of different girls that can score, and think we can score in different ways.
Yep.
And I think we're starting to understand that. And I think that's going to help us as we
And I think that was
go down
huge.
the line.
You know, you mentioned Claire Langenwalter's 9 that she had. I think they were all 3s, weren't they? And,
they were some threes, and there were a couple that were back to back in the second half. We were
Huge.
down, I think 11 at half, something like that, and then we came out to start the third quarter, and we closed that gap. And we did that with Piper hit a 3, Claire hit 2 threes.
Yep.
I think Claire Woods had 1 inside, got to the free throw line. You know, we talked about that at halftime. Hey, listen, we're kind of getting outplayed.
And you were down by 11.
We're down by 11 at half. You know, and we got away from running our offense, and we kind of went down there, and you know, we shoot it a little bit better than we did last year, but I think we're not patient. Again, kind of like what Bogey talked about, where we can get that 3-pointer early, but we can get a better shot later. It may be the exact same shot, but it's a better shot later because you made the defense play. You made the shift. If they're playing a zone, they went from one side to another. So now it's a better shot. We're in better position if we miss it, so we can get an offensive rebound. All those things that, you know, he walked out of here. I'm like, dude, you're saying the same stuff that I say. I mean, like, what, are we in the same practice or something?
Right,
so,
right.
So yeah, and I think we're learning that as the season goes along, and we're able to show it on film. Hey, look, we did this, and then we didn't get anything, but then we did this, and look at what we got.
So you're 2-1 sitting in Region 1 right now, and then you had travel up to Central Cass last night and came away with a nice little victory there.
Yeah, Central Cass, a tough team. You know, they were preseason top 10.
Yeah.
We have a lot of teams in our region, a lot of teams on our schedule that are preseason top 10. And they've got a couple all-region players in Kinley Haug and Liv Severson. And, you know, they're similar to Devils Lake. They want to press, and they want to kind of run up tempo, and, you know, they can shoot the 3-pointer and things like that. So we had a lot of things that we were kind of concerned about when it came to Central Cass. And I think that the game against Central Cass and the game against Devils Lake were the same, but we made free throws. We were 70% from the free throw line against Central Cass, and that's our goal. Our goal is to be 70% for the game from the free throw line.
Yeah.
And that was the difference in the game. You know, we won that game by 6 points or whatever it is, and we lost to Devils Lake by 3. Devils Lake, we didn't make the free throws. Central Cass, we did make the free throws.
Yeah.
And it really was kind of the same game. We went on a run early in the first quarter. We were ahead by 9. They came back. All the, you know, at the end of the second quarter, the score was tied. At halftime, it was tied. And at the end of the third quarter, it was tied. And then we went on a run at the end of fourth. We went on an 8-0 run to finish the game. So it's proven that, you know, we are going to have a lot of games like Devils Lake, like Central Cass, that are close, and everything that happens throughout the course of the game is going to matter. And we had 6 girls score in this game. We got 21 points from Claire Woods. We got 16 points from Piper Nelson, and we got another 8 points from Ashlyn Max. I mean, we've got 3 girls that are consistently giving us, you know, 10 points or more or around that 10-point mark. And we always talk about, hey, if we got three girls in double figures, we're probably going to be in business. And in here we got 2 in double figures, one with a big number, one with mid double figures, and then one just about in double figures. So I don't know. I think, we're going to be in a lot of games like this. The middle of Region 1 is very even with us, Central Cass, Northern Cass, Oak Grove. Yep. You have Valley, who we played with for 3 quarters, and then you have Kindred. Those two, on paper, they sit above, they sit at the top. But then after that, it's going to be a battle between those middle teams. I mean, it really is. So we've got to try and make up some ground and get some wins. Going on the road and winning at Central Cass, I think, is really big for us. Now we have one at home coming up here against Northern Cass, and we've got to try and figure out a way to win that game.
Northern Cass on Friday, so what do you know? What do you think?
I mean, they're a lot like us. They're kind of a young team. They've got some good young players. They lost, arguably the best player in the state last year in Hayden Crockett. So they're kind of rebuilding. We had Scout last year, so we lost a really good player. Those two were co-region players of the year. So we're kind of in the same boat where we're kind of a different look. They've got a brand new coach, and they're scrappy. They get after it, and if we don't come, if we're not ready to play, it's going to be a really tough game for us because I think they're coming into the game looking at, hey, this is a game that we can win, and we have to look at that and say, hey, you know what, this is a game that we can win, and we have to kind of protect our home court, and we have to get after it and be ready to play all facets of the game, play good defense. Be active on offense, crash the offensive board, and we gotta make free throws. That's something that we just have to be able to do. And hopefully, after playing a decent game at Central Cass, we can build on that. We'll learn from every game, win or lose, and move on.
And you have a scrappy team. That's one thing I've noticed about watching the Lady Huskies this year. They will scrap and they will go for the ball and they will battle.
It's a different group of girls, and not to knock the team that we had last year, but it's just a different makeup.
Right.
We were pretty heavy that we can go inside last year because we had some size advantage, we had some power in the post, but now we got a bunch of guards. We got a bunch of guards and some quickness, and some girls that can shoot it, and sometimes when girls are young, they just have no fear, and we have a little bit of that where we have some young girls that have no fear, and I think that's good. So we have to kind of try and harness that and see if we can keep moving along here.
Just came out today. I don't know if you've seen it, but the Wahpeton Lady Huskies have received votes.
I mean, I'll take it. I think, we can't worry about polls and things like that. We've just got to play basketball.
Right.
And because if you're sitting around worrying about, that team's ranked and we're not ranked, we have to play the games that are in front of us, and then whatever anyone else has to say after that is fine. But at the end of the day, all we have to do is play basketball, and
then whatever happens in late February and early March.
That's when you want to be playing good.
That's when we want to be playing well.
Yep,
that's right. So we're doing fine. You asked me if we are where we thought we were. You know what? I think this is good for us. I think it is.
Okay.
So
good. All right. Anything else you want to, Chad? You want to throw anything at him? Throw him a curveball?
You got a question for me, Chad?
Sitting in the big chair now.
I know. How about the border battle?
Chad, that's 2 weeks away.
I understand that.
He'd give me hell for that.
We have 3 games
before that.
Before that. So you're getting way ahead of yourself.
Ask him next week.
Okay, I'll try to remember that for next week.
You can maybe ask me next week, because then we'll only have 1 game in front of that.
And we won't have a coach show before the border battle, right?
Which is Saturday. Yeah. Well, next Wednesday would be the one before.
I mean, we can make it work if we really want to have one before that. Anyway, we can make it work.
Isn't the border battle a week from?
It's the 17th.
Yeah, a week from Saturday.
Yeah. So next week's coaches show would be the one right before.
Yeah, so you can ask him. We're good.
You can ask him then.
You can ask me then. Okay.
Also, you haven't been blown out all year either, have you? Right? Every game's been close.
I mean, we lost double digits to 4 wins and to Valley.
But wasn't like it was 20 or 25. I mean, it was.
I mean, here's the
know.
thing. Here's the thing. Okay, against Valley, we got in a little bit of foul trouble. Okay, we played with them for 3 quarters. We had a abysmal third quarter. Okay, and a lot of that had to do with foul trouble, whatever. And we had some different, lineups in there that, again, we trying to look around who's going to score or whatever. And against Fort Wayne, we played. I'm telling you right now, Surrey Gord is a real deal. Okay, think Steph Curry at Davidson in college, whatever you want. She's a real deal. Okay, she shot 80-something% for the game, and she missed a quarter of the game because she got carried off the court. And then when she came back, she proceeded to miss 1 shot. Okay, I don't like. There's nothing that you can do, and we're not talking about layups either.
Yeah.
She was 8 of 9 from behind 3-point. Okay, so I mean that's kind of an anomaly where we kind of ran into a buzzsaw where she couldn't miss, and then once we tried to take her away, it's contagious, right?
Yeah.
You have one person that's making shots, then they had other players that started making shots when you try and take her away. So it is what it is. It's on the road, tough place to play. Outside of those 2 games, really, we played pretty well again, but we have a young team, so we have to take those with the grain of salt, and we learn
Learning as you go.
Yeah, and there, Valley was a region game, but Fort was a non-region game, but I think we learned some things about ourselves in both of those losses. So just like we did it, in the win last night against Central Cass. So
here is your Caribou coffee drink.
Shouldn't I get extra?
Why?
Because I do extra work.
I didn't even give one to Chad.
He doesn't deserve one.
Oh.
I'm just saying. I mean, I do a lot of extra work here. I feel like I should get something.
I don't even give myself one. You're a
Oh, you
coach,
go
so
in there,
get
they
one.
just give you whatever you want. You walk in there.
He doesn't need a card.
He's like Norm at Cheers. He walks in there, everybody's, Joe, how you doing? Come on over. What are you having today?
Norm still pays a quarter for his beer.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever.
All right, we got a busy week here the rest of the week. Tomorrow night we got WAP boys basketball. They're taking on Northern Cass.
We're busy here for Thursday and Friday.
And then Friday, we got a doubleheader in
3
Breckenridge.
games
We got
on
the
the
Cowgirls and the Cowboys both taking on Staples Motley. And then
we're playing Northern Cass.
We'll play Northern Cass on Friday, and Noel will have that game.
Yeah, we're busy. We're spread thin, Chad.
Yes.
And then, thankfully, we got a Saturday off.
Is that a flip phone?
No.
Oh.
See, folks, it's not a flip phone. It's
But
not
you
a
don't
flip
know how to
phone.
operate it. That's the problem.
No, I'm looking for my
You
calendar.
always have the ringer on. And so he's like, oh, I got to turn my ringer off.
So then, let's see, where am I at here? January, right?
See?
You said next week was busy too, I think.
He proven my point.
Yeah.
He didn't even have a
Well,
calendar.
he's got the calendar up, though.
We got a
He doesn't
girls
have the
basketball
app
game
up,
against
though.
Perham. Then we got coach's show, and then Saturday we got the big border battle next Saturday.
That's going to be a fun day, I think.
Yeah, it will be.
I think it is. So it'll be good.
We might even have-
Those games are always competitive. No matter.
I know.
It's never a 15, 20-point blowout.
It's going to be interesting. Let's just put it that way. It'll be very interesting.
All right, are we done?
I think so. Yards, are we done?
Yes, so.
Are we out of pretzels, or did you leave me some?
No, there's still a full bag left.
A full bag?
No, full.
Joe, there's nothing. There's
it's
nothing.
not a full bag.
Joe, there's nothing left.
It looks like the candy dish is empty
I
there
know.
too in that
I
screenshot.
know. We might have to put Yards in charge of the refreshments so that he has to purchase them.
But I can't give him a credit card, or we'll never see it.
Make him purchase them himself. I mean, come on, we pay him enough.
We'll reimburse him.
That's
true.
We pay him enough money. He can
That's
come
true.
out of his pocket. So I'm just saying.
All right, let's wrap it up. Chad, you got anything
All
else?
right.
Nope, I'm good.
Yards, you got anything?
Nope.
Okay. B-Dub?
I'm good. Let's say goodnight.
All right, let's wrap it up. For everybody here at Three Borders Sports Network, Yards, Chad, Noel, B-Dub, myself, again, everybody, thank you very much for joining us here on the Giants Coaches Show. And we wish you a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow night from Wahpeton High School as the Huskies will take on the Northern Cass Jaguars. Good night, everybody.
Abby Johnson with the home run, just about to straight away center field.